you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
Good. Here we go. Another Friday, ready to go. Talking about comics, trading cards, football, baseball, freaking hardcore, fucking anything you want to freaking talk about, man.
Check your mic, brother.
Am I low?
It sounds like it's coming. It's your camera's picking it up.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have the headset on right now.
You guys go ahead and let me go ahead and fix this.
You good?
What's up, Big River?
Ooh, I'm on the big screen. Yeah, Yeezy Yee here. Another Friday night for Drunken Chat, or as McClay and I call it, Center Chat.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking, it's me, the innovator perversion, Blind Adam. How you doing?
What's up? It's your boy Big Remo.
Your eyes are red as fuck.
I forgot to include Remo into that conversation too.
A long week, fellas. A long week. Glad to be able to let off some steam on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Yeah.
Brian McClay, you can find me at Beyond Wednesdays. Tomorrow night we have Modern Comic Mayhem. Going to be an interesting show. Still kind of working on what's going to be going on, but I'm sure we're going to be talking more about NYCC. Don't know if Dinesh is going to be able to make it this week, but he's coming soon. And I'm still working, trying to get other guests to come on that you guys want to see. But most importantly, I want to know who you want me to try and reach out for on the channel. If there's any retailer or influencer, artist, creator, whatever. If you want to hear or get questions answered, let me know and I'll work on it.
Oh, I need to talk to you about that. I'll call you like sometime tomorrow or off air.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. And hey, I just want to tell y'all, for y'all motherfuckers that are listening from my job, or for those that know that I'm coming to visit y'all within the next couple weeks, 3 weeks, or the next fucking year. I love these people over here. I love every single one of them, right? And even though they love talking about aliens and UFOs and shit, that's them. Please do not stop another fucking business meeting because you want to talk about UFOs and shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
Has that really happened to you?
Yes.
Like
twice.
Okay, I was gonna say more than once.
I don't remember ever talking about UFOs or aliens on Awesome Sauce Radio, but I can start.
No, so what I think is happening is, when they hear that I'm coming, they research me and they find that this is thing, and then they see these other guys and they're like, oh, what are these guys interested? Oh, these guys love talking about UFOs, Bigfoot, and freaking Sumerians and all the other shit. And maybe just get on his good side. We'll talk about it too. And it's like, look, if off the cuff outside of the meetings, that might be fine. You got 30 seconds, right? But don't stop the middle of the fucking business meeting to start talking about that shit, man. That shit is like crazy, man. Like now you got everybody else looking at me crazy because obviously
they just imagine you with your tinfoil hat on, and then
and I'm trying to be professional. Like, hey, man, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck does that have to do? like God damn.
What
does that have to do with Q4 right now? Like, come on, let's go.
Like, just you got me here. Just get me the fuck out of that freaking meeting, man. And then look, shit. That's one of those things that could be talked about in a freaking email for real, man. But look,
Zoom chat.
Exactly. Yeah, freaking Zoom chat me, man. It's something, man. That's all good, man. But so other than the craziness that's been happening my week in the last couple of weeks, man, how's it been going with you guys? You guys picked up anything interesting this week?
Crumble cookies. I finally picked up one. Yeah, so
dude, I'm so tired of those things.
Dude, I've never heard of that, and I was like,
really?
Yeah, and then like when we brought it up the other week, I was like kind of like, all right, I gotta try it because I looked at the menu. I was like, oh shit, this actually looks good. but
What
I
is it?
knew it's called crumble cookie without
Crumble
the E at
cookies.
the end,
Yeah,
and it's like a
it's these
artisan
huge ass
cookie.
fucking cookies,
Yeah,
and they never
Yeah.
had the same menu.
yeah. Every
Every
week
week
it
it's a different
changes.
menu.
Yeah, so I was like, I gotta try this place, like, cause I like a good cookie every so often, and I was like, all right, but I knew it was gonna be expensive if it didn't have the prices on the website. I was like, kind of like, all right. I was like, I know Lucas told me to get the 6-pack. I was like, let me just try the 4-pack and see what
So
happens.
before you go further, are they more than $5 a piece?
It's like $5 a piece, and I was
Okay,
like,
so it's universal then. Okay.
yeah. I was like, I think it was like $5 a piece after I tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. I
How
was
big
like,
are his
yeah.
cookies?
they're
Yeah.
actually
If I gotta go in the store to get it, you're not getting it.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm
I don't
walking
care.
in a place when I order it, all you're doing is handing me a cookie. You're not getting the tip. Sorry. And
I used to be in the food industry, so I like to tip my, I like to tip my people where I came from. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because like when you work
not
in
at
those kind of
Crumble.
places, most people don't tip, right? Like, I've worked Starbucks, I've worked pizza. Like, it kind of sucks when like most of your livelihood depends on tips.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I was like, $20 a cookie. Damn, there better be fucking weed in this shit. And then I was like,
So
and I ate one.
yeah, I was telling Aaron that, man, freaking, hey, that's the secret menu. So what you got to do is, as you're putting in your order, as soon as you put in your order, you look at the guy with the cap in the back with long hair and say, hey man, hey, and you tip him a quick 20 spot, and I'm sure he can
Hey,
put
you
a
just
little
be like, hey,
scratch
put this in
stash.
there.
Yeah. Hey, add this to your butter real quick,
Because they make it right there on the spot, right?
No, they're
And
making it all day long.
Yeah,
day.
I mean, it was pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, it was decent. Like, I wouldn't get
but
it
not
weekly.
but not $25 freaking good. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I've been a bunch of times, man. I can't say that, it's just at this point, I've gone so many times, and then they just open one like a mile from my house. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like it's a treat yourself moment every once in a while.
Yeah, when I had to like go there and be in the area to get it, it was cool. But then when they opened one right by my house, I was like,
or it's those like cookies you buy for your SO, and you're like kind of you're like, damn, I know I fucked up, and so you get her like
Yeah.
They have some good ones though, man. There's one that I haven't got yet, and I've been waiting for it. Is the key lime.
Yeah, I had that one. Yeah, I had that one maybe a month and a half ago. It was pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it hasn't come back around. It came out during the summer, like around May, and it hasn't been back. And I've been waiting. I was like, man, it must just be out of season or something. I'm like,
it's because limes are too expensive right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been wanting that shit so bad, and I can't get it. It hasn't come back yet, man.
I'll give these cookies a try.
Yeah, they're good. I think it's CRUMBL.
Yeah, without the E.
And they're all pink. It's all pink with black writing.
I'm telling you, Brian would love it. He would just get a little toked up, eat one of those red velvet or them chocolate chip cookies. He'd be good.
I will say this though, I think they need to cook them about 2 minutes longer.
Well, you could just bake them, reheat them yourself.
Yeah, but not after they've already put the topping on it.
The frosting with the top.
Yeah. Well, I think what happens is like, especially during the summertime, they figure that in because it's a little bit hot, right? So just sit in your car as you're on your way to your home to eat that shit. Unless you get in the car and immediately shove that shit in your mouth.
I mean, most of the time
you just start like cramming them Cookie Monster style and shit.
They're so big though. It's not even like that type of party. It's like almost eating like a little small pie, like a little personal like. It's like it's a decent sized cookie.
Yeah,
it's a decent, and they always have the chocolate chip, but then the other 4 or 5 cookies are different.
See, my place only had a choice of 4, and chocolate chip was one of them. And it was like, oh no, wait, chocolate chip was there, and then there were 4 other choices because I was like I kind of want to try all the other 4 choices, but
that's why you get the 6-pack.
Well, see, I knew I wanted to get the chocolate chip just to base it off of everything because I was like, kind of like, okay, chocolate chips generic. Every cookie place has to make that right, and if they can't make that right, then I don't expect any of the other cookies to be any good. Like it's kind of like pizza, like right, where you either try cheese or pepperoni,
and
see like where their sauce and like crust standards are. Is what
I'm mad they don't have a good peanut butter cookie. I had one. It's always like Nutter Butter or something different. I'm just like, dude, just give me a good peanut butter cookie.
See, that's when I go to Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah.
And then get the old dirty bastard. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rima knows what's up.
I love that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the business of the day. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Mike, our cool comic guy who survived that big hurricane that happened a couple weeks ago. Had some pretty nasty stuff happen to his garage and almost happened to his all of his stuff. But I'm just glad that he and his wife are safe. But he's saying he's going to need some help. So I'm looking for him to pass us the link, and then he says he's actually got an eBay that he's going to put up a whole bunch of stuff. So if you can shoot us both of those links, please take a look at all that stuff and see if there's any way you guys can help. Manny Clapper Comic Mentor says, "But Munchy ever chocolate chip cookie warm up in the microwave for 10 seconds and add a scoop." That sounds like fat people freaking process.
You saying ketchup?
Oh, I use ice cream as my milk for cereal.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I like to take, want to know what a fat stoner likes to do? I like to take chocolate cake, get a piece of chocolate cake. It's got to be homemade chocolate cake, right? Chocolate cake, and then take a scoop of ice cream and put that in a little bowl and mix that shit together.
Yes.
Ooh, I got to try that.
Excellent.
Yeah, don't fuck around with, because you know how they had those ice cream and they're like chocolate chip cookie ice cream. Nah, get a real fucking cookie.
Yeah.
Put it in some fucking ice cream. Do it like Brian says. You're gonna be freaking good.
Have you ever had those milkshakes where they take a slice of cheesecake and blend it in? Man,
There's one
like
that they put like Brian said, like a triple layer chocolate cake, and they take the whole thing and they put it in there and blend it up. Like they got the cake up there, and they'll cut a slice for you, a big fat slice, and they put it in there, and then they blend it up, and then they'll take like another slice and they put it on the edge of it. And they give you the milkshake, and it has the big old slice of cake on the side of it.
I should have waited. Like we were just saying.
So I'm not gonna bother showing you the blood that was all on the dance floor for Wall Street, but no, once again, we're keeping an eye out on Walt Disney. $94, still close to where I want it to be for you guys if we can jump in, just not there yet. It's at $94. Needed to drop down at least maybe $5, maybe $6 more dollars, and then you're safe. But $94, it's still freaking bloody. Remember, it was just 2 weeks ago. It was at 106. 106 just 6 months ago. I want to say actually, because at one point it was at 116. There we go. August 17th, it was at 122 or something like that. And then in April of 19, it was at 130. So for it to drop down to $94, no, that's some interesting stuff. And I have a feeling I know why. What's going on? There's some interesting stuff that was happening for the last couple of weeks. So you guys know who this little lady is, man? I've seen her all over the place.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous when I see her. I just don't know her freaking name. Her name was apparently Rona Mitra. Is that the right way to say it?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
So
New Red Sonja.
Yeah. Well, she's not the new Red Sonja, but she has been added to the cast.
Okay.
The new Red Sonja is the lady over to the left. I forget what her name is.
Yeah, she's beautiful too.
Yes, absolutely freaking gorgeous. There it is. I even put it up there. The new Red Sonja, her name is Matilda Lutz. The person that's been added to the cast is Rana Mitra, and I don't know who she's going to be, but I tell you what, she would be an interesting add-on as a Vampirella, because got to remember that between Deja Flores and Vampirella, they're running in the same rungs as Red Sonja right now. So I don't think Rona is the type of person to go, I'll just be second fiddle in some other freaking movie to this person that nobody's even heard of right now. So this is something to keep an eye out on, even though it's like Media, Dynamite, bunch of companies that people never heard of, but I am keeping an eye on this one. Um, what's even more interesting is I decided to check out the prices for her first appearance for Red Sonja. $25. $35.
What's the Mike Pike production stock doing now?
Oh, it's probably shite. Like this 0.00010 or something like that.
I wonder if I was like, because through my stock thing, like it won't even let me buy any, like because it's like I guess like not even on which market, like what.
Yeah, because there was I think the SEC sent them something that they needed to do something in order to stay on there, and they decided to let it lapse. I think last month or was it a couple months ago they did pass again, so they should be back on there soon if they want to. But I think they want to garner more money, and I think this is one of those first steps that they're going to be looking forward to doing that. So,
Gotcha.
let's see, Mike the Bike. Yeah, it's not even coming up, but yeah. So Conan the Barbarian is that's for Raws. It's going around $35 Heritage Auction has some 9/8s going for maybe like 25 to 3,500, but not a lot of action so far because I don't think people are kind of tracking what's going on with Red Sonja right now. A lot of weird stuff when it comes to DC, right? This was going to be the year that they were going to invest heavily in the LGBTQ plus community, and like I always say, if you want more representation, when they put the stuff out, you actually got to freaking buy it. Well, it looks like maybe the community wasn't buying it because after the numbers came out, they've canceled the Action Comics storyline, or they just let it lapse. They're like, hey, that's it. And then there was also the Robin Hood, the Drake
Robin.
one. Yeah, they
Yeah.
canceled that as well. So look, man, I'm pretty sure they'll carry on in other storylines, but them being as the center figures, they're going to be put on hold for right
There's
now.
already a new John Kent one announced. So
Yeah, I heard it's still in like solicitations, and then who's the writer? It's like
Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor. He debunked that his new book was getting canceled or whatever.
He debunked it. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
because like his book is still listed in solicitations for next year, and it is still on schedule, is what he was saying, or something like that.
But will the retailers buy it?
Oh, I don't know. That's up to the people.
So they canceled him. Are they going to rewrite him as a straight man now, or?
I don't know.
No, I mean, probably not. It'll just probably be like his love life won't be the center focus of the story anymore.
Which
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's a decent move to make on that character. On most characters, we want to. I mean, love life should be like a small portion of a comic. It's not like it shouldn't be there, but it shouldn't be main storyline type stuff.
Oh yeah,
as much as it is.
And then Mojo Quid has it right there, where it's not getting canceled. It's getting released under a new title.
Yep.
Oh, I got you.
Well, somebody needs to send that to Matt McGloin because he's the one that wrote that shit. But so this was the interesting news. The Cartoon Network is merging with Warner Brothers Animation, and
Oh wow.
so people have been up in arms, like wondering what's going on. It was like, look, there's all types of stuff happening with that, and I just wanted to bring up some things of why.
He poked his head in, man. You got to send him a link now. Hey, Nuss is in the house. Send him a link. You can't come in and be just in the chat.
Who, Gary? Gary has the link. Gary has the link. Sent it to him a couple of hours ago. So he needs to just pop on by. So
the Daily Mail also, real quick on the jump back to the Robin and stuff. The Daily Mail put out a pretty interesting report on all this that a lot of people are up in arms about. So check that out when you guys get a chance. That's not you, Lucas, but everybody out there.
Okay, so so when it comes to this whole cartoon network, for those who haven't been keep noticing, there was a lot of animation stuff that was just suddenly canceled. Amazon, Netflix canceled a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not like, oh, we don't have enough money. It looks like there is a whole thing that like, and the reason why that is because look, I put some of that stuff down here. So, um, production workers for The Simpsons, Family Guy, and American Dad, they had filed to join the Animation Guild, right? Because they wanted to fight for higher wages and all this other stuff.
Oh
And
wow.
the Animation Guild members voted overwhelmingly to ratify the new film and TV contract back in July, and establish minimum wage, a higher minimum wage, plus pathways for people to get promoted and to get other work. Also, for them to get remote work. Um, then the animation workers for the Stephen Colbert cartoon, they also joined the Animation Guild. I didn't even know there was a cartoon out there, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Bento Box Entertainment Production joined the guild. That's the one that does Bob's Burgers. Video game workers in Vancouver voted to unionize under the guild as well. So that's pretty big. Video game workers, the people who do that shit, are going to be under that same guild. And then right after that, right, what we're dealing with now is Warner Brothers Discovery acts its pipeline. So the part of that whole original contract that they had was that Warner Brothers, they decided, okay, we're not going to deal with all the way. We're going to build this pipeline. So like minority creators, minority animators, you could work on something, and then that would be a pipeline, a pathway for you to get promoted. Everything, right? Well, all the other studios, animation studios, are like, hey, that's kind of messing us up because usually the way it would work is as a new creator, you would work on a short, right? And then the best shorts would go on to get better work. Well, in this new contract that the Animation Guild has with I forget the name of the big freaking directors thing, is that um, if you are working on a short of 11 minutes and it costs $25,000, then you can't just work on it for free. You have to get paid big money, and you might also have to get residuals. Well, that's costing a lot of these other studios a lot of money, and they want to shut it down. So that's why you see all these freaking layoffs and freaking destructive freaking, yeah, that's most likely because of this shit right here. um even the remote work thing was costing them money. So you're like, hey, normal people like, hey, remember how we were all on remote work and all that other stuff? Well, it was like, well, some of you little creators, you guys can just work on the stuff at home. And the remote worker was like, yeah, that's freaking great and everything. And it was like, well, in order for you to work at home, it has to be on a secure computer, and it has to have this minimum amount of stuff on your computer. And then remote workers were like, oh, that's freaking great, just send it to me. That's what you talking about, bro. That's a $10,000 computer, and we don't have that much, so you're just gonna have to wait on it. So that was
Well,
when,
well,
You
and
gotta
then
buy
you
your
have
own.
supply chain issues as well too during that time.
yeah, people
Like,
leaning
Mm,
on
like,
that as well.
well, because like I know I ordered my new work computer like back in November, and I didn't get that shit until like January or February or something like that. Like it was like months later. Like
so in my daily job, I work in manufacturing, so I can tell you the supply chain thing was a thing maybe a year ago. That's a bunch of crock now. It's not that. It's a lot of these companies are transitioning, like you said, like these companies are going through, you know, it's like these companies aren't the same as they were before the pandemic.
yeah,
So you got a lot of companies that have to restructure the way they used to do business because A, the people either never came back or the people that are there now want more than what they were getting before because they know now more than ever these companies need them. So
Right.
therefore, you're not going to get the same breaks from employees you were getting for the last 30 years. You're going to get different types of demands, and you have to meet those in order for your company to be successful. So in that case, you have a lot of people who are working these manufacturing companies, and like our suppliers can't keep up because A, they don't have the staff, and B, when you get new staff, you got to train them.
True.
You know what
I'm
I
glad
mean?
all these, but I'm also glad all these coders are also unionizing now instead of just like working all kinds of crazy hours all night,
Well,
day
that's
in,
the
day
thing.
out.
Yeah,
What
I mean
I
that's the
mean,
thing. Like you have to know your worth, man. You can't just go into these jobs anymore expecting to, like think
well,
the employer can't look at you as the help. Like, you know what I
right.
mean? Like, you have to be involved. Like, they're going to
Well, I
expect
mean,
a little more out of you.
but that's how they've been treated for years and years and
Oh, yeah,
years, where they're just
absolutely.
like kind of like, oh, you won't code this anymore, you're replaceable. You know what I mean? And then more and more people are finding out like,
Right.
well,
Well,
there's only so many people we
well,
can
It's
hire.
not
right.
that
Well,
easy.
right. Right. Well, see, I mean, that's the big thing, right? So we went from scripted television being the big thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then when and I talked about this 2 years ago with the big actors contract that they got with the directors with the big publishing companies. They said, well, they got their new thing. There's like, well, that's fine, but we know what we're going to pivot towards animation. So animation was a big thing. That's we saw a big blow up in the animation stuff getting blown up, bro. Guess what? Now that animation has this big thing, this big contract. It's like a 3-year contract. Guess what they're going to pivot to? They're going to pivot to real TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Warner Brothers Discovery, because Discovery has a lot of content already, right, ready to go. That's what they said they're pivoting to. They're going to pivot to a lot of freaking real TV. So people keep
When you
fucking
say
around.
real today, you just talking reality TV
Yeah,
or
reality TV,
all
game
right? So
shows.
it's not even scripted shows. It's going to be
Yeah,
Well, you can go back to like the 50s and actually, market to families at home watching TV, because that's what most people are at home doing now. They're not out at the movie theaters or out at the malls or out at the, you know what I mean? Out to dinner. They're at home.
right.
So you have to kind of, cater to that. So you're going to go back to the whole, like, I don't know, growing up in the early 80s, you know what I mean? You were Friday night, you went and rented a video and got pizza. You know what I mean? You watch movies on the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't. It was. I can see them trying to get back to the movie theaters. That's going to be a tough job, but we're still lucky that we have a drive-in, man. I've been abusing that bad boy the last few weeks. So you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
I'll
think the
say
movies
this:
are coming back.
if there are any TV executives out there, I used to host a little game show, just a little one. So, like, if you're ever interested in a game show host,
But no,
hit
that's
me
the
up.
truth, though. I mean, right
Right.
now is the time to do it. It was a thing then, but now you got like people are home, man. Like, I do most of my damage, early on a Saturday, and then I'm home for the weekend. You know what I mean? I knock out my stuff and then I'm home. You know what I mean? Like, I got it. Most families are at home, man. It's too expensive to rip and run down the street and be in every store spending. Man, shit is expensive right now.
Yeah.
I just got sushi and it costs us $60, $75.
God damn.
I don't
What
know.
you order?
Well,
It's
Damn.
expensive, man.
I usually get this thing. It's called like a sushi boat for two, but I eat it by myself. At about $70. It's like 60 pieces of sushi. By the
Yeah,
weekend, end of the weekend, it's
oh,
gone.
the big old thing, yeah.
Yeah. Because
It's
Yeah.
like
I'm a big old fat
150.
boy.
It's a
You just got to know which rolls to order. You know what I mean? If you go that route too.
Has anybody read this comic? It's called Earth Divers. Apparently, the storyline is that this group they're in the apocalypse and they somehow get this time machine and they decide the way to fix everything is they got to go back and kill Christopher Columbus. Um, so apparently it's option, right? It's going to get produced by Disney Plus. They're going to put it on Hulu and everything. I don't have a lot of confidence in anything that's put on Hulu right now, but that's what they decided they're going to do. And that's the thing. And I know people say, well, there's a lot of copies out there. Well, right now, IDW is having their returnability, right? So if any of the retailers want to return it, they have to return it right now. So there are not going to be as many copies out there. Um, and that's out there. What did you guys think about this? If you guys saw it,
I didn't hear anything about it.
I
I'm hearing about it myself.
I remember when this book first came out, right? Or first they first
Had to solicit for it.
yeah, the solicit for it. We talked about it on I think Simple Man's maybe, but great cover, great idea too.
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, does it seem kind of fishy that like all these creator-owned IDW projects that are coming out are all getting optioned really fast, like within the first like couple issues after release? Does that seem
Right. So
weird
we
to
have
anyone?
what was the other one? Was it called Dark Spaces? The one about the firefighters?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Or dark wild spaces,
Yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fine to get option, right? There's just like I said, it's all this stuff is getting option, and we're going yay, 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 but then do they actually get freaking made?
Oh, that's true.
Right? No, with all the stuff that's going on, the economy is about to freaking get rocked. You know, actors and the INC, they're freaking fighting for every penny they can get. Is this thing even going to get made? I don't know. You know, I'm happy for the do. I think it might be an interesting idea if it can get made. Wasn't like the I'm suspicious about it because what was the I don't think it was it might have been an image. The dude, the name,
How long
the one
ago
about
did
the
this come out?
like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. What was the one joint about the dude who was the last man? Yeah, it was called The Last Man. Right?
Oh, why the last man?
Why the
Why The
last
Last
man?
Man?
That
Yeah,
got canceled.
absolutely. No, well, yeah, it got canceled. I mean, it was an absolutely amazing freaking comic book.
And it was a
Great
shit
freaking
show.
story. Yeah, but as time the freaking show came around, they totally changed it so it was from the point of view of the women,
It
and it was
sucked.
shit.
Show
Absolute
sucked.
freaking shot. Yeah. So
This is me talking. I watch every shitty show. You're talking to the king of the CW shit shows. I thought Why the Last Man sucked monkey balls. That's my story.
So K Joe says that IDW did a ash can at SDC for it that combined a few of the new ID books in it. Oh yeah. No, it wasn't just at SDCC. They sent it to the retailers as well.
That
I
might be
remember that.
something.
I
I'd
remember
probably
that.
rather have that than just the book.
I remember that. I wonder if I still got some more. Did I give them all away? I don't know.
I'm gonna still give one this way.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shelf where it's probably gone. But yeah, so what I do know is that Penguin Random House, they're still selling some of the covers like B, C, and D. A cover is sold out. It's sold out at Diamond as well. So that's the thing. Plus, one thing to keep in mind out is that there is a sticker print that's going to be on FOC this week, this Monday. So just keep that stuff in mind. Blade, right? We've been waiting for Blade for a little while. I was excited to hear about it, but now after one director got swapped out and there was rumors about another director being moved in, now they're saying, you know what, we're going to hold off on it. And the release date has been pushed back to September 6th, 2024.
I'm gonna be honest, man. It doesn't need a movie right now. Not this character of Blade.
I agree. You should probably be sprinkled in.
Show a short,
Yes.
maybe like 2 movies, like 2 episodes, like something to introduce them, or kind of how they did this Halloween special.
Like at the Werewolf by
He
Night
should
show.
have right. He should have been in there. Yeah, he
Yeah.
should have been there. Right. It should have. Instead of that random guy that was there. There is the vampire and She-Hulk. Right. That probably.
I hate that because it just makes it seem like it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it was Wesley Snipes. They fucked it up, or however that went bad. And it's almost like how they're doing Chadwick Boseman, like, oh, we want to, make him be the only one, but this is by default. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to recast that. You know what I mean? Like, and do it right. Because everybody is still old enough to remember and know how Blade is supposed to be. You come with some bullshit Blade, like, it ain't
So
gonna be.
So with the release date being so far out, what do you think about the first appearance? What do you do? Do you hold? Do you sell, or do you wait for the dip and buy?
I think you
Right.
hold,
Yeah,
and this is why. Because I really think that with the MCU delving into the horror stuff, right? Blade is set up perfectly for that. I think that they have ideas to do that like Blade MI13 Black Knight stuff, and also tie that in with all the horror stuff they're going to start doing. So I think Blade is a shoo-in for stuff like that.
Yeah, Tim McGrath-
Oh shit! Comic book royalty in the house. Gary,
You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on
take
mute.
your bitch, Nusser.
It's a
What up,
tale
Nuss?
expected, huh?
Been a while, guys. I'm, I didn't live in the world for so long. Good to see you guys. I'm an early bedtime guy, so I was waiting to get on, and I'm like, all right. I started drinking some. Can I get sponsored by Casamigos over here, George Clooney? But perfect time for me to come on because thinking about Blade, right? You're hearing a lot about Wesley Snipes, right? His name's coming back up again. They're talking about Blade. I know, they were looking at Ali getting in that role, but they want to start developing, as you were talking earlier, Lucas, about this predomination of females being cast and getting in, like trying to get every sort of demographic in. Well, you get the old school with Wesley Snipes. You introduce his daughter. You get that rolling. You bring in a new director. You have some time to get it developed. You can go that route of doing a special like we did Werewolf by Night. I know you guys talked a little bit about that previously, but I think throwing him in there would have been a disservice to that character. That's a great character. You can develop it. You can really stretch it out a little. He deserves more than being thrown in with a bunch of loser like hunters in there, and you get a little bit of Elsa. Man-Thing was the star of that. Werewolf by Night, you'll see a little more developed. But Marvel is now at that sort of juncture where there's a lot of bad feelings out there, right? Where we're seeing people like the She-Hulk finale was very divisive. No matter which way you went, the introduction of Scar, the Easter egg of the X-Men, they're pandering to fans. I like that sort of fourth wall breaking. I came in on the John Byrne She-Hulk. I came in on Dan Slott. I came in on Charles Soule. I was not a big Savage She-Hulk guy. You have all these people who were like up in arms. This is not the She-Hulk I knew. Savage She-Hulk was not a popular book. It was canceled quickly. But you have these people who find this sort of mission flag, right, that they're going to put down and they're going to defend. And it ends up being, other people who are on the fence get in that movement. And I think we need to move away from that where we are right now in terms of a comics market, in terms of speculation, whether you're a buyer and a speculator, whether you're a collector, whether you're a reader. We need to find a way to sort of bring things back together. We need to go back to that sort of grassroots, old school movement. We can see now that writing's on the wall with a lot of these books that have been, perpetuated as books you have to have, and that building up a FOMO. And I think people are getting wise to this. Yeah. I think they're realizing that if the comic industry is going to continue to flourish, whether it be in film, whether it be in television, whether it be, obviously in this form, right? What I have behind me over here, I'm a collector first and foremost. And for me, speculation is not a business. Selling books is not a business.
Well, here, actually, I have a question. Since you are an educator,
stop me, Lucas.
You're an educator, right? So you're around a lot of kids, right? Is there any type of vibe that you're getting from the kids of what they like?
Yeah,
that could be like a precursor for us to know what to look forward to.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, the publishers who have been on the ball are the ones who know that. It's all about the graphic novels, right? Scholastic is so huge. Like these Scholastic book clubs, when you were a kid, you used to get these like book club things and you'd circle the books you want. They're ordering graphic novels. The biggest selling graphic novel and comic sort of creator, and this is probably year-old data, is Raina Telgemeier. She did all of these sort of books like Drama, Smile. They're being bought up. Comic shops that are very savvy have a great kids section. It's sort of like a gateway drug, but it's graphic novels, right? It's bringing kids in. They're taking Batgirl. They're taking characters that we know well, and they're giving us sort of the angsty teen versions of them, or they're giving us versions by Rainbow Rowell is like a huge writer, right? She does YA lit, but she also does comic books. She did a great, very underrated Runaways run that was actually a book that sustained, I think, longer than people knew about. And that was being picked up by a lot of a teen audience. So you're looking at these books that are going to bring in that next generation. It can't be sustained by 45 to 54. Yep, there you go. Big Remo.
Babysitters Club. Yep.
Yeah, these are. If I showed you a picture of my daughter, I have a 13-year-old daughter. If I showed you a picture of her bookshelf, it would look exactly like what Big Remo's showing you here. It's all graphic novels.
I tell you guys all the time.
She has a Walking Dead stack on top that she's like, oh, I'm going to read that soon, Dad. And I gave her Bone also from Jeff Smith, obviously, which is a classic. I gave the big collected edition. So
Nice.
we try to pass these things on.
That collected edition you kill someone with?
Yeah,
These are thick books, man, and they're reading them all.
There you go. That's
right.
This is what brings in the next generation. And that's not to say that we should be discounted, but everything is not made for us. And this is what I try to reiterate. If you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on Twitter, I stopped doing the videos just because, during this time, it's sort of my tax season from, I get time off in the summer, but this is where I'm working in a school, working with kids. But, what we have to really look at is how do we sort of make sure that we're not just in it for this sort of business aspect. And I, as someone who's on Instagram and someone who's on Twitter, I know that for some people, this is a business. So when you say something negative about a book, you're cutting into their profit margin. But I think it's also gotten to the point where people are like, well, where is the future? Like you're sitting on these boxes, and if you're hoping to make all this money, how are you going to, it's not a sustainable income now that everyone's gotten wise to, like, if you don't have keys, then you better move on to get this book. If you don't have this book, then get this on the secondary thing. There's a big thing against team ups right now. Yeah, keep showing those books over there.
That's a manga though. Right?
Yeah, but again, manga, go to Barnes and Noble. They don't sell comics anymore there. They sell manga. They have a huge manga section, a separate YA section, a separate graphic novel section. How do you then transition that into the comic stores? I don't. I live in New York City, but I've gone to a great place in Huntington, Escape Pod Comics, and they actually curate graphic novels and trades based on your interests. They'll have you fill out an interest survey. I did that for my daughter. They mailed her a great package of graphic novels and things, and that's how businesses sustain themselves. It's not going to be by fleecing customers. It's not going to be by trying to, keep selling the same old lemon over and over again to different customers, because they're leaving out and you're leaving a sour base, and it's not going to work. And all right, I'm gonna get off rant now.
Well, no, because I got something for you, because exactly what you were talking about. How, if the kids are interested in manga, how do you get them interested in the comics?
No, but that's what my thing is that they're into all of it. They're just not. It's not across the board though. It's not like all the kids are going to read X-Men or all the kids are going to read this. Like, it's like their stepping stone. Like, my daughter was in the comics for a second and she jumped back into manga. Like, she doesn't have to like just one thing. Like, they like a lot of things. So these companies have to be involved in all of these things. Like, they have to have manga versions of Marvel or DC. Like, that's the only way they're going to catch these kids, because the kids are they're passing them up. Like, they're bypassing all of that. Like, and it's about convenience for them. So if they can get books at school and then they can't get those same characters in the books at school, then they're not going to go to a comic shop. Right. Unless their dad takes them.
So hold on, Remo. Let's bring in the big man. Mighty Moby! How's it going, brother?
You're muted. Mute.
And check your mic settings.
Yo, sorry, I'm late. Fix my mic.
Hey, it's
okay. No, you're good. You're
good. It's okay to take a nap. Just don't take that long dirt nap.
Yo, I wake up the greatest. I see my man Gary, finally face to face. After what year and a half, maybe. Oh god, yo, McClay, I'm sorry I missed top 10. I was like, yo, let me go to sleep for like about an hour or so.
Don't ever do that.
Bro.
3 hours later.
If you're gonna take a nap, man. Don't even say I'm gonna take it for this long. Just take it.
I was knocked, kid. So I'm listening to great content. Yo, what did I miss, man? I got Gary. How you put Gary?
You know,
Well,
We're just talking about the kids.
I shot him the link early, so he can freaking get the Casamigos freaking all lit up and everything. And then look, I'm talking to his heart, man, because he is a leader of the children of the future, man. And what we're talking about right now is knowing full well that the kids are like all over this stuff, right? And I'm telling you, like I've been telling you, especially if you're a parent, those books that your kids love, go ahead and grab that. But also, if you can, look for those first editions, those hard covers. Because tell me that those is it Raul Dahl, right? You know who that is, Gary. Raul Dahl.
of course.
Look at how much those first editions cost right about now. Thousands of dollars. So you can't tell me that 40, 50 years down the line that these first edition kids books ain't going to be
It
worth
won't
shit.
even be that long. It'll be like you said, when these kids get old enough to get some money, some real money, and then they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go back and buy everything I had when I was a kid, or
Yeah.
everything that I had. It's like what we do. It's like we go back and buy old GI Joes that we had, or
Those first
old
edition,
Transformers.
those first edition Cat in the Hats.
Yeah,
ahead.
all of that
Go ahead,
stuff.
go ahead, look it
Yeah,
up.
only,
Think I'm
Well,
bullshitting.
am I
Yeah,
seeing
like
4
those
Eisner
things.
Awards
Yeah.
nominations as well on 4 of these
Yeah,
books?
yeah, that's what I mean, man. That tells you how entrenched and how many people are in reading these books, man. Like it's not like a small thing, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
And these
But-
people, these publishers, Scholastic is touching every kid in the country.
Right. And don't forget, and I've told people
Crazy.
before that Scholastic is on Wall Street. They do have a stock if you guys don't want to do all the books. But also, so Gary brought up another good point is that also if they're not into these books, what they're reading right now is those long trade backs for manga and anime and everything, right? So it's like, well, how do you? And his question was, how do you transition those kids away from manga back into the comic book industry that we love so much? Well, Marvel has the answer. Even though Marvel's kind of just doing this now, I've been talking about DC and Webtoons. I say, hey, Webtoons, you gotta freaking, if you're interested in getting your stuff out and nobody's, go to Webtoons, try it out there. DC, right as I said that shit, they decided to fucking go with the fucking. So I know you fuckers are listening. Good on you. Now Marvel, and I heard this months ago that they were thinking about buying an anime thing, some type of anime thing. They didn't buy it. They just decided to partner up with Viz Media, which is one of the biggest anime freaking companies out there. And it looks like over 20 Japanese artists, including blah 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 blah. They're going to be releasing some Marvel comics in a manga form throughout 2023. I think the first one that they said was going to be Wolverine, like a second version of that Wolverine Snake comic that was out in 2003 or something like that. So,
will this manga be exclusive to like Japan, or will this be in the States?
it will be in the States. It will be in the States. So second to that, another thing that's going to bring in the kids, especially the ones that are all over this one, is Bleach. Bleach is, I think it's already on there, or it will be on Hulu, which is a Disney property.
It's already on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's on Hulu. There was a little consternation right now because not all the countries are getting it. Like South America isn't getting, Indian isn't getting it. So a little people are kind of freaking pissed off. I was like, hey, that was the thing that was going to freaking keep me in, is some of this anime stuff, and I can't even freaking get it. And then when they call customer service, they weren't freaking getting the right kind of answers. But for those that are in the U.S. and we love Bleach anyway, we're gonna freaking stay on it. But the problem is we got all this other stuff. We got freaking Crunchyroll and all this other stuff we can watch it on anyway. So we'll see. Keep an eye. But looks like Marvel has got the right idea. They're getting some of these IPs to put on their stuff. You notice that some of those other comic book stuff that they were doing, like Takaguki and White Fox and Ages of Atlas. They're still out there on the periphery, right?
Yeah,
But they're not
that's
fucking hitting it as hard. Shang-Chi, just shut that shit down. Nobody gives a fuck about Shang-Chi right now.
But Tiger Force is coming. Tiger Force.
Yeah, Tiger
So
Force
we're
is
gonna
coming.
see. You're gonna see a rise back with like again White Fox. Obviously, you're gonna see those first appearances go up. But I think you're right, Lucas, in terms of like, look, they were doing all those mech books, right? Both Marvel and DC had their own competing like mech books going on. And we remember I grew up in the time of like Robotech and like Rick and Minmay and Lisa. That's my Robotech, right? That's all I knew.
Right, but
And
without the cartoon, the kids are not going to get engaged with it. So I don't know.
yeah, well, I think if you look back on that other page where you look at they're focusing on the artist. So you look, I think I saw Takeda on there. I think I saw Shirahama, who's done some beautiful covers. I don't think she's well enough known, but I think you need a writer. And you spoke a little bit about some of those books. Greg Pak has really been the forefront of Marvel's sort of movement to bring in these Asian characters, and I think you give him sort of a his own sort of imprint within that division, where you have sort of he's taken a lot of these manga concepts, he's brought them into Marvel and tried to introduce them to varying degrees of success, right? We know Amadeus, he was Amadeus Cho. That's where he comes from. He's he was created by Greg Pak. So I think they have to really look at who's the writer under this. Like the artist we always see, again, you can throw great art at us all day, but if the writing's not there to sustain it, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna sustain. You're gonna get that first issue crew in, you're gonna get beautiful variants, and then you're gonna see those numbers drop like a Tom Taylor Superboy book.
Yeah. So, do you think that Marvel TV is a good way to transition into stuff for the kids, or has that shit just completely failed? And in terms of the kids,
that Devil Dinosaur, right?
That's
going to be, I think, you're going to see right there, because something like I Am Groot was like it's a different format. It's very short segments. It has a limited, I think, an audience in terms of capturing someone every time. I think you can build in on the sort of synergy of this character, which I think they tried to an extent with Ms. Marvel, which to me, I've been talking a lot about the sort of like what Marvel is doing, and this is important to note. Like a book like this, they're sort of they're bringing in concepts like clandestine, right? They were supposed to be a major part of this. They were totally different, so they sort of spec killed this book. We just heard the Thunderbolts, right? So you had like all the Thunderbolts books. You had that version, which nobody knows. You had that version. You have that version. But now we're getting a version that doesn't really resemble any of them. So where does that happen? You got a throwaway character of, you had Mr. Immortal, right? Popping up in She-Hulk as a character that was like a one-line joke. So you have to be careful when you see these characters keep popping up. And sorry for that light that's popping in. You have to think about, how is Marvel using these characters? Are these characters that have some sort of sustained long-term viability? And this is why there's always, I always caution against independent books, because while they get optioned and, sometimes they do get made, they have a limited shelf life. How long can you run a concept that ran 24 issues, 30 issues? You're not talking about something with a storied history that goes back to the 60s, goes back to the 70s, and you keep taking different parts from this and this. You're talking about a really finite, sort of life cycle. So always careful with independent books. That's why I've spoken about, I missed out on the 8 Billion Genies, sort of like, that was one of the few books that I was like, I got a preview of it. I was like, okay with it. That has captured the zeitgeist, right? In a way that we haven't seen in a while, but be careful. What I didn't do was try to overbuy back in and try to get back in. And that's what I want people to be aware of. If you miss out on one of those sort of like books of the moment, just
what do we think about this? Stand by. All right. So the Miles Morales Spider-Man game that was already released on Sony PlayStation years ago, right? No, yeah, on Sony PlayStation years ago. But guess what? Nobody has a PS5, right? Well, people have a PS5, but people are kind of bitter about it right now. So finally, it's getting released on PC, right? What are the legs on Miles Morales right now? Because the the movie came out years ago, right? But people barely remember that shit. People barely care about Miles Morales right now.
But I think they did
Video
their
games are
job
still-
though, because think about it. You're still gonna sell to a bunch of people, even if some people liked it, don't like it now. You established him as a character, and that's what I'm saying. Like my daughter, still she's young, but she knows who Miles Morales is. Like you know what I mean. She watched the cartoon, the video games. You know, like they like that. Like Gary was saying, these characters that don't have any depth to them, specking on them is crazy because it's like you said, it'll be one episode, one and done, one movie. It'll be a series. It'll last 4 episodes, and that's it. You want these characters that are going to have long-lasting ability. Like you can always, someone's always going to come along and invest in them. You know, they're not going to invest in somebody's one appearance.
Look at what happened with Leapfrog. Everybody was going when Leapfrog was announced. Everybody was going crazy for Leapfrog. What was it? He's a fucking joke. Titanium, fucking joke. People were spending crazy money on that Titanium bullshit. And another one, Scar. I was waiting.
She killed a lot of spec.
Oh, bro, I was waiting for when I heard the rumor that he was in it. I was waiting, and I seen him pop on the screen. I took all that shit out. I'm getting rid of all that shit. He was like a complete fucking idiot.
I was
I
happy I
was
saw him when I did.
Oh man!
I was like, they fucked him up.
But Mel, that's that kind of like if you know the book, if you're a reader of that book, you should have known, right, that show was not going to take itself seriously. It wasn't going to be a show that was necessarily going to have inroads to a lot of other things down the line. And we've spoken about, you and I spoke about early on, as soon as we heard Disney Plus and sort of the MCU was going to be jumping over, we said there was going to be a fluidity between movies and TV, and characters were going to jump back and forth. So it's figuring out who are those linchpin characters that are going to keep going back and forth. Like we're seeing Nick Fury come back again, right? In Secret Invasion. So that's going to be one of those characters that I think interesting to watch. I still have high hopes for Spider-Woman, right? Not the Sony, whatever's going on at Sony, though. We're starting to see pictures come out of that also, right? That people are like, you got those pictures of Dakota, and you got the pictures of Sydney Sweeney and someone else, and they're all in different characters. So now people are like, oh, who's this going to be? But again, we know what Sony's done with movies. They have a great spec success, right? You're sitting on your I never collected Morbius anyway, but you're sitting on that, and you're not gonna be successful in the long run if you're banking on that Spider Girls movie to save your
but look at Blade. Blade is a complete shit show. I wanted it to be successful, but it sounds like it's going to be shit. But again, what is that? What are we looking at? Blade 4 years from now? 3 years from now?
2 years, 2024.
Something like that.
But Blade has the 3 earlier movies that still kind of like there's a market for those books still. Someone's gonna always want to buy into the Blade franchise.
Certain books, I mean
but that's all the books that matter. I mean, you know what I mean? There's certain books. Like it's not about having unless you're collecting them all.
I mean those photo covers.
Those too, yeah.
Yeah,
somebody's always gonna want that. You know what I mean? Like those are the books you want to have. Like you know what I mean? Like the new Blade part. I mean, there's room for that, but
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. And then going back to what Gary was saying, like when we were coming up, movie spec was what sustained the quote unquote comic economy. Yeah. Now movie spec is shit. It's shit. I mean, what going forward for the flippers? What's left? What's left? I mean, like I said,
foreigns, second print, third prints, fourth prints.
Oh, that second, third print bullshit.
Don't give me. I'm not going to get on that one, but
everybody knows how much I hate that
argument.
Shit, yeah.
But it's, and I think you put a great question out there, Mel. What's sort of next? And that's why when you're looking down the line, people got excited about Werewolf by Night because people had a positive reaction to it. They had a positive reception. I think I saw Everett there talking about he ignores movie spec totally. I don't think you can do that because I think movie spec right now is still the driving force behind a lot of these. Like you look at the top 10, you look at the hot 20. You still get a lot of these announcements driving spec. I think what you have to start doing though is looking far ahead. Like I always say, go back and look 6 months ago, look a year ago. That's a spec that's heating up now. So I always look at those solicits down the line, right? I know Lucas is a solicit sort of maestro, right? In terms of knowing what's coming in January already, because when those come out, you start to see where the tide is turning, right? Is that book even being published anymore? If you're pulling a character out of the sort of limelight, we saw what they did with Kate Bishop. They had all that great will. You had Haley Steinfeld, and now you put out a book that no one wanted to read, and it sort of sinks that spec value, right? There are very few characters that can ride through not having an active series. That's why there are 40 volumes of Wolverine. That's why there are these multiple volumes of characters that are always kept in the focus, right? Remember, they had Wolverine disappear for a while. Think about what filled in the vacuum during that time when Wolverine wasn't around, when they had that, not the second death of Wolverine.
23 and was that it basically at that point?
Yeah, I mean that's when X-23, but they had a Wolverine based character fill in the void of Wolverine. So that's a character that you always know is going to have that high spec value. So, that's always a blue chip. Obviously, Hulk 181 is a blue chip, but does Wolverine have a lot of, if you look down the line, Wolverine solo books, are there a lot of truly valuable keys within all of those series? No. So don't get fooled into number one-itis. Every time a number one comes out, you have to have it. Because unless there's something major that's going to be happening and that you feel other writers are going to follow through with, it's going to be dead as soon as they reboot it again with a new writer behind it.
And that's the problem. Marvel is Marvel. I always say Marvel's like 2 or 3 years behind us. When I say us, I mean us on the type. Everybody who specs, everybody who does all that, they're 2 years behind. So they're still thinking that people are going to go up and buy these number one with the super incentives. People are not giving a fuck about incentives anymore. And then they're also the incentives are being bastardized by the store exclusives. They're not caring anymore. But one of the main reasons why people were going out to buy the books was for the incentives. Now you kill that. What do you have? The collectors are not buying the books because they know they can get them for fucking $20 off, $50, $60 off in 3 months when they get flooded.
Or just pennies on the dollar.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
It's Marvel has shot themselves in the foot when it comes to the speculation market, and it's fucked up. I mean, they have nowhere left to go. Well, it's crazy.
The problem is, Mel, also they take the mentality of what book do they put out every year? They put out like that, and they give all these artists, they call them the young guns, right? And they keep putting all their money into artists, but again, I think it's such a simple concept. It's the writers. Follow the writers. Like, who are the writers Marvel keeps bringing back? Those are the characters you're going to see explored across books. Jed MacKay, huge example. He's on a Moon Knight book, right? They keep bringing back that Black Cat and the Iron Cat book. They're bringing back Black Cat and the Mary Jane team up, which is popular. Ben Percy, who's on the Wolverine book, and the Ghost Rider book, which I think is a book that if people aren't reading, they probably should be, because it's as good a Ghost Rider book as I've seen since back in the days when you had sort of Javier Salataris on the art, if you remember those days, back when it was Spirits of Vengeance. So this is a great, like, you're introducing major characters in there. So there are certain writers that you see pop up. Jerry Duggan is all over the place, but I'm looking at that thing that Lucas put up here, that Fall of X. What's that going to do to X-Men spec? Is Krakoa, the Age of Krakoa, done? That's what some people are speculating. Other people are saying it's just going to be they're going to continue with what they have in their own separate corner of the universe, because it gives them almost their own brand and imprint over there. So, and that's going to be right from the other X event, Sins of Sinister. So look how they all sort of building blocks to get you, just as you're ending one, you're into the next. Like, what are we in now? What's that? Day of Judgment? Is that what?
X-Men? Yeah, Judgment Day.
Yeah, Day of Judgment. I mean, every book it's in, right? It was in 7 Marvel books this week. So they have this sort of bad habit of falling back into what they thought was successful, but they should learn, right? What was the Asgard one where they came, they invaded, and that was a War of the Realms. It was a huge sort of failure in terms of, and now they're doing it again. It's a self-perpetuating cycle, and we keep falling for it, and they're going to keep putting them out.
And so this is also a good point, man. I don't see Scar long term, especially the way they introduce him. Like, oh, by the way, I got a kid. He got a fucked up haircut. It's just crazy.
I said it in the chat.
So
It's a monk haircut style, you know?
Yeah.
You know, if you're like off on a planet somewhere far away, you got to study something, right?
Yeah, but that ain't Scar. It's like if you're gonna do the character, it's just well, my man freaking Rad say like a non-binary monk. I was crying.
That's because they spent all that money on freaking She-Hulk twerking. That's where the fuck money went. You know,
shit is bugged out. And also,
They
Gary, I want to touch
about that in their own show.
I wanted to touch on something earlier that you briefly mentioned. Being that Moon Girl was such a success scholastically, and it's those kids, which was one of them was my niece. She's kind of grown up now. Do you think they missed the ball on that younger generation for Moon Girl? I think so.
They did.
I think so because
nobody knows who she is. The trailers that old boy has been trying to drop, it's not hitting anywhere. You know,
they shot themselves in the foot a long time ago too by saying that it's only going to be on Disney Channel, like on cable TV. Like, I mean, people have cut the cord already, and they're just streaming stuff like constantly, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just like using a standard cable.
They should have dropped her in just a quick cameo in Kamala Khan, so we kind of get an idea of who we are. Then we can get a freaking animation, or they should prepare to put her in. Once again, just another quick drop in the Black Panther Part 2.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. I played there's a short the theme song. If you go on YouTube, they have a video for the theme song. I played it for my
the panel this week.
Yeah, it's like a song. It's like a Raphael Sadiq song.
Raphael Sadiq, yeah.
And I played it for my daughter, and she was like,
Comic-Con.
Yeah, she was like, I can't wait to check that out. You know what I mean? So I mean, she's interested, but now it's like, can they follow through with it? You know what I mean? And actually keep her interest, because if you watch that channel, they play those cartoons to hell, man. Like they just keep playing them. You know what I mean? They're on 24 hours a day. So if the kids get interested in, like, you know, my daughter loves Teen Titans Go, so it's like it's along that line. So I mean, it can still grasp a pre-teens interest and carry over. You know what I mean? If it's done right.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point there, and it's something I've been thinking a little bit on. And I think one of the things that drives, we spoke a little bit before about the nostalgia, right? That drives us to go back and get G.I. Joe, Transformers, whatever you grew up with at the time. Mm-hmm. Remember that we grew up with very limited options. Absolutely. And you only had like I remember getting up, changing the channel, and it's like 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, UHF, and maybe some Manhattan Cable Access, if you know my what I'm talking about there. Static. But I know you, Adam. I know you do. But what I think you have to look at is there a rewatchability factor? I watched like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future. Those are movies that I watched multiple times over and over again. There's such a sheer glut of content out there that is there one thing that's going to get the attention of all of these different groups enough to make it more than a fringe or, sort of a cult thing. And we say, oh, it's a cult show, because there's so many ways to divide it off. And I just realized lately, I haven't been watching things. There aren't things that I go back to because I'm like, oh, I'd rather watch the new season of this that dropped on Hulu, or I'm watching this on Amazon Prime, or I'm watching this on Netflix. And I'm not going back again like I used to as a kid, going to the video store, renting the same movie over and over again and getting it into your sort of consciousness. We're not getting that. So it's really tough to reverse engineer and say, oh, the mid 1990s is probably right at the end of where that digital content wasn't coming out in sort of full force again. So we're looking at maybe 89 to 95. How old are those kids turning now? Are they sort of collecting books? Those are the things you look back at. But I think we're going to have a really tough time 2000 and beyond, because that's when we started to get such an influx of content and all this media. Yeah.
I mean, It's going to be interesting going forward. I mean, look at the hottest thing out right now. It's Jeffrey Dahmer, which is crazy.
That's where we are as a society
Yeah.
now, though. They just had a thing. Hot weather has increased, and hot tempers have gone along with it. They just did a huge study because of the warming of temperatures. People's actually tempers have been up, and unfortunately, with the fall weather, it hasn't been dropping. And I think they made the joke. If you want to see an example, just drive in New Jersey, right? And you'll see those tempers where they are.
You know what's crazy? I said this a couple of months ago. Remember, what was that, Ghostbusters 2, where the ooze was underneath the train station, made everybody crazy? It's fucking ooze.
Yeah.
There's some kind of ooze in New York, bro. Motherfuckers are nuts, man.
Yeah, the negative energy is there, but it's pent up. Everybody sort of have this pent up negative energy, and now you're seeing it. You're seeing it a lot on these sort of like these interactions on comic books, right? You're seeing people sort of feel personally attacked when someone says they don't like something, and I think we have to look at saying, it's not an attack on you because I don't like something or that was not made for me, right? And for some people, I always go back to, I don't care where you stand on Zack Snyder's Justice League. Dumping that in every type of conversation everywhere, it shows where we are, sort of the mentality of our society, that just drowning out voices and saying what you want to get out there is good. The loudest voice is going to be the voice that gets sort of the last word. And I think we're seeing that in comics, where you have the same people putting out the same message. And I think now that you have other people calling attention and saying, wait a minute, where is this rumor coming from? Wait a minute, who's this source that's coming through?
Yeah, a lot of people. You can make up anything about anybody now and just.
I'm going to start my
I've
page
heard from
on
an unconfirmed source.
Yeah, you can put it in IG or YouTube, and it becomes lost. So I just stay away, fuck away from that shit.
Yeah, it all it takes is for one person to say it from a Twitter feed, like from a tweet, and then it gets picked up by Discussing Film, or it gets picked up by Cosmic News, or whatever the Bleeding Fool, whatever the other one is, not Bleeding Cool, which I would say sadly has probably turned into the most legitimate of the comic journalism sites, just because.
Say what?
Adam, if you look at that and look in terms of, I mean, if you're getting your news off these 7 sites that perpetuate the same rumor and say, well, we heard from a great source. I'm not going to put names out because I don't care to get doxxed. But we heard from this great source that this happened, and then this same site takes that as, well, this is being reported here. At least what you're having from Bleeding Cool is they have some sort of pulse on the industry. I mean, say what you will about Rich, and I've had my back and forth with him online and gone back and forth about things that have been accurate.
Well, here's what I will say. I understand what you're saying, but they do link back to their sources, which is very important. Their sources are correct sources, which is like Variety and Hollywood Reporter, and like I've tried to break it down for people before, is that they are owned by the venture capitalist companies that are owned by, DC, Warner Brothers, and freaking Marvel and other stuff. So they are tuned into the actual agents that are working for these directors and everything. So Variety, Hollywood Reporter, those are correct sources, and Bleeding whatever you want to call them, is linking to those sources, which you should always do. Don't just put shit out there. Oh, I heard. No, freaking. Give us your freaking source. Don't get an anonymous source who says he was on the fucking set. No, man, no, my nigga. Now you got us all fucked up.
I woke up with this. How old is Harrison Ford?
70s, 80s,
Yeah,
80s.
I think it's 80, 81 maybe.
So he's
better not.
He's 80 years old.
What was it? The uncorroborated source that he's going to be the Red Hulk or some shit?
Oh, General.
I doubt it. It
That
can't.
was a rumor.
Why would he go on there after William Hurt? Like, why would he take over a William Hurt role?
I mean, because they had plans for him, but I mean, how many Hulks do you how many Hulks you gonna have running around?
You need
Well,
it.
we still got to introduce a yellow Hulk, and then
Right. And think of Fantastic
We'll
Four.
see
X-Men.
Leprechauns giving
Back
BJs
burner.
before we see the Red Hulk.
I
Yeah.
mean, Fantastic Four was just never good. It
What,
wasn't.
I
No,
can't
no,
wait for
and
like
now we're
11H
There's
to show
4
up.
shitty
getting this,
Fantastic
like-
Four movies. Only a 5th.
Let's say it's fifth time is hopefully the charm, because now people are going back and having retroactive, like, oh, this movie's not that bad. They haven't watched it. And again, it's because they don't want whatever because their vision's not being met, right? If you don't put John Krasinski, which some people think is the only thing that Mr. Fantastic can be, and they tease fans of the Illuminati, that's immediately going to have this segment of an audience reject whatever you put out there because it didn't fit what they wanted sort of the next movie to look like. So that's the problem. Everyone has their fan casting in mind, and when they don't fan cast who you wanted, or they don't take the direction you wanted, it all of a sudden turns off this percentage of the population, and you do that enough that you have a majority rather than a minority of the population coming forward. And again, that loudest group that has people who are satisfied tend to communicate less than people who are dissatisfied about things. And that's just the nature of the world, whether it be in real life or whether it be on social media. You're going to have people complain more than they go out and give raves about something. So that's a problem.
You can never satisfy it, especially on the internet. I don't know anything that's fucking got 100% of likability. And another thing, it's funny how a show is good if the spec is good. Oh, this is a great show because the fucking spec hit.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. I mean, I'm not saying Werewolf by Night is great because of the spec. I'm just saying the spec kind of hit with Elsa Bloodstones and it's getting good reviews. I mean, put 2 and 2 together, see what you come up with.
Yeah.
Well, that's a segue into Black Panther. I think Riri's going to be amazing. I think Black Panther is going to be amazing. What will that do for spec? I mean,
what do you think, Tosin? You think Tosin's going to make an appearance?
I just want it to be a good movie at this point.
Yeah. I don't care if he does or doesn't. I want it to be a good movie at this point. Exactly. I mean, I'm glad we're going to see Riri. I think if her costume with all the toys, if that's real, if that kind of appears in there, I'll be excited for that. That costume looks amazing. But are they writing
which costume? Like the handmade armor or the anime looking one?
Yeah, the animated looking one. That looks amazing. But I think Longshot had posted something like that. Chip Zdarsky had said that they told him to write that Daredevil fucking She-Hulk in the book. If that's real, are they trying to correlate comics more with the movies or vice versa? How is that working? What do you guys think?
No, they're watching the show because specking on fucking.
Remember Adam right there. Boom, specking off.
Chip. That's Chip being Chip. That's Chip Zdarsky is like he's the consummate internet troll. So you know that Chip is like just messing with people just to keep on messing.
Yeah.
The yellow Daredevil though, like what about the yellow Daredevil? Is that a Daredevil that we're gonna see continuously as we start to see that end storyline? I mean, we have those books, right? Those yellow Daredevil books.
I mean,
Daredevil Yellow, that 6-issue mini, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that one, the Stegman variant. There are a couple decent things, but I'm always like, am I going to spec on costumes? Look what happened with Miles Morales, right?
That costume was fucking.
What's the statute of limitations on that costume? And that's why I say we have to also stop looking at when you don't get a first appearance. Don't start saying, oh, this is the first time they met each other. This is the first time they looked at each other across the room. This is the first time they teamed up. This is the first time, blah, 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 on the cover. This is the first time this happened. Yeah, you know what? You can do stuff over and over again, and people are going to say, like, what's the relevance? Who cares? Like, I was the biggest Young Avengers guy, and I'm like, this is a great team. It's coming together. And then I'm like, aren't they really just the Avengers, but, like, younger, right? So am I specking on the first Avengers team? Am I specking on this Avengers team? Team spec to me, team up spec, I hate to say it because I know people buy those books and people like to have that. We saw Wolverine Deadpool, right? I think I ended up I put that book up as a 99-cent auction, and it was a VFNM, and it went for $110. So
That was yours.
I won't put up books that at a rate that I think is unfair. If I see a book is starting to take off in the market, I'll always put it up at 99 cents, and I'll say, go at it, have at it, right? But I'm not going to set that market price. I'm going to let the market set the price for me on those books, and then you can sort of get a real estimation of what's, as you like to say, Mel, Tom, foolery,
fuckery afoot,
and what's not, right? So, thinking about that, think about what you're buying. Why are you buying it? Do you want that book in your collection? Is that book going to appreciate beyond what you paid for it? These are things that I always say: educate as you speculate. Right? That's what you have to do.
I mean, Wolverine '88. That's a hot book right now.
Yeah.
I said goodbye to that book. I was like, kind of like, so long. Like, I was happy to like have it for such a long time, but like it got to the point where it's like, all right, it's gonna hit an unbelievable price. Like, so long. Like, hello, new book.
Yeah, well, like I said,
right, don't look back after when it has that spike again. When you get the next trailer that drops, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I had that book and I got rid of it. What you can't do is look back and say, oh, I should have waited to this point, because you keep waiting, and you end up with like those books that sort of just weight down your spec boxes, and that's what happens. People get greedy and they watch and they wait too long, and you can map out like sort of that spec matrix. New York Magazine used to have here's anticipation, here's nearing peak, here's the top of the roller coaster, here's post spec, and then down here, over here, when it just starts to spike again, post hype, right? That's when it starts to pop up again, and that's when people are like, oh, I should have held it. No, if you sold it here, you were in the right spot. So never look back. And
remember, always the waves, the Janet Jackson wave. What have you done for me lately? It's quick. It's quick. Like my Scar books. Bye.
If you can sell a book for double what you paid for it or whatever, then you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't want to be greedy. If you just want to get the money back and just it's the rush of flipping the book, and have at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just me being lazy, digging those shits out. Like,
yeah.
Because I was late to the party on that Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I didn't even know until today that the comic was actually in the show. That Jeffrey Dahmer of Jesus Christ. I had that. I got a signed copy of that. I sold that for like $80. Richie. That's
I have one copy left, and it's staying in my PC.
I paid 30 cents for that book. Fuck it. It's all profit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You make some
Dang, that's expensive for a Richie Dahmer. For a Dahmer autograph.
Oh, I wish it was the autograph by him. Like,
I was just joking. I know it wasn't.
It's Dahmer versus Jesus Christ.
I want no part of that. The book might start floating in the house. You know what I mean? Get rid of that bad boy.
I have that Smallville book, and it had like Tom Welling, and it had the one who went away for that Nixon thing. I can get her signature on that, right? She wasn't at New York Comic Con, I don't think. I think her ankle bracelet didn't let her through the
gate. That's funny right there, man, because she was definitely on one.
Wait, you can't travel with an ankle bracelet?
You can.
I tried to get through, Aaron. They don't let you through, so.
Yeah, okay. I heard that's not the case at Baltimore, so I think I'll be all right.
Nice one.
I'll be right back.
They might let you get off the ankle monitor if your PO lets you.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Remo, what is this blue Marvel toy?
Which one?
It's when you put in the chat, private chat.
Oh, no, I was telling Mel, like, he was saying that we'll never see the blue Marvel. I'm like, man, they got a Marvel Legend. He coming somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't just bring these characters up for no reason. They're going to be in something.
Well, it all depends, like how often do you see them in the comics? And Gary could testify to that.
That's the ultimate.
The more you start to see them in the freaking comics, the more I know, they're freaking coming. Like Madam Mask, I know she's coming. Leapfrog, I knew he was coming because he was just showing up in all types of places, especially in that Iron Man. And he's going to be in the next volume of Iron Man too. So they've got something planned for that dude to show up, keep showing up. Blue Marvel, he was just in I forget what series that was. It was him, uh, America
You don't think he's
Chavez.
gonna be in the Marvels? Yeah, he was in the Ultimates. Remember?
Yeah, he was
Ultimate.
in the Ultimate, but that was like a while ago. I'm talking about he
That's
was
what I mean. But
recently. Yeah.
that had America Chavez. You know what I'm saying? It had what's her name? And a bunch of people, man. They had a nice little run, but he wasn't the star of the show. You know what I mean? Like it was like you could tell they were still trying to get America out there. You know what I mean? But I think they're gonna bring him in. He's not. He's gonna have to. You know.
Up and Down says that the current comics have no connection to the MCU. Sabaduski wishes there was, but Fahey doesn't give a shit about him. Well, according to the way it's supposed to work, Fahey is supposed to have direct edit over what can and cannot go into the comics. They were supposed to make sure that they kind of match up and don't fuck each other over, so that by the time you've read something and you end up going to the cinema, your whole experience is the fuck. Like that's not the way it was in the fucking comics, you know.
I think Lucas, there's two trains of thought on that, right? One is that these things are produced so far ahead that unless you actually have the writers of the comic in on the sort of storyboarding sessions for the films, there's no way you can catch up with that. And I think the other part is we've seen it's sort of a pastiche of take some of this, take some of this, take some of this, throw it out to the wall, see what sticks. And on the other end, on the converse end, I mean, it is DC, and we know, it's fashionable to bash DC. They tried that with Black Adam. Like they've had these Black Adam solos coming out every week that are detailing characters that are appearing in the movie, and it's sort of it's tied in somewhat to his past. They have a backup story, but then they have a current story that should be tying into the film. I haven't found them to be particularly readable or enjoyable. I like the old JSA stuff. I like the old, like the Black Adam, the Tomasi series, and of course 52 when he when he ran through there. But I don't see a lot of interest in those books. I mean, that's in general. Like,
so what do you think of? What do you think of White Adam?
But anyway,
what do you think of White Adam, the new Black Adam? They call him White Adam.
I think it's textbook Priest. I think this, like, Christopher Priest came up with an idea. He came up with a concept. He's like, I'm going to ride it through. I'm going to write like I write all my books in this style, which I happen to enjoy, like his Quantum and Woody stuff. I really love it. He does the same sort of like trick throughout. I don't know why you're introducing this character as the sort of the lead in a book. We talked about corporate synergy. At the same time, you have, The Rock playing Black Adam in a movie. And I think that's why you have them putting out this sort of side series that anyone walking into a comic shop says, oh, I want a Black Adam book. They're going to give them that book, and they're not going to give them, I think, the other Black Adam book. They won't know what the hell's going on, to be honest. It makes no sense. In fact, he's probably more of the character in appearing in the Dark Crisis book going around right now, right? He's a major character in Dark Crisis.
Yep.
And yes, I am the only person out there reading DC with,
I'm reading DC too.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to maybe get a hint that he's going to be in this movie coming up.
No way.
Why is he? I don't think he needs to be in this movie at all. Like,
but now,
I think it's gonna serve its purpose. It's a Black Adam movie. I think it's gonna. I think it's. I haven't watched a lot of I caught pieces of a lot of these DC movies, but it's probably going to be one of the better ones. I don't think The Rock is capable of making a terrible like action flick. You know what I mean?
I just hope it honors the source material, and it does that 52 story justice.
That's what it seems like, though. I think it's the 52 series.
I hope so.
Right after that, right? And then you have JSA. They have explored it, of course, in the Stargirl series, but that's been a more toned down. And from what we're seeing here,
the only DC show that people aren't watching that they should, because it's a great show, but
I'd say Doom Patrol also, Adam, but that's just me.
Well, Doom Patrol's great, but
yeah, I mean, and that's only getting better, right?
For once in my life, I was thinking of all ages.
Yeah. Oh no. But yeah, people should be watching Doom Patrol, and especially now it's getting to the Gerard Way stuff. If you like that whole sort of Young Animals imprint, and you were into that, it was very out there. That's a great series. I loved Peacemaker. I thought, if I'm honest, I thought DC in the last 2 years put out more series I enjoyed than Marvel. But that's my taste, and that's I like. I don't think
that's because they set it up right. It went straight to HBO Max, where they had more of a room in their pants to actually cuss and do all types of crazy stuff versus Disney Plus. Then Disney Plus looked over what they were doing, like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and let everybody freaking cuss and do whatever, and they're slowly getting into that. But
I almost thought of my chair on Werewolf by Night when they said ass, right? Like, oh, whoa, what happened to the Disney censors? They weren't on that.
Oh boy,
but the thing is, Disney and Marvel cussing is so out of place. It's so out of conversation. It's like some of these people are supposed to be from California, and some of these other heroes are supposed to be from New York, and they don't know how to cuss. Come on now.
Well, yet another DC series, Harley Quinn. Like that's another series. Everyone, if you don't watch
she is straight Jersey. But let me say something. Margaret Robbie, right? I know she's moved on from this whole Harley Quinn bullshit, probably, right? I just saw her in a movie called Amsterdam. It's about these three people when they get tied up in this whole murder mystery, which ends up bringing them to Robert De Niro, who's also in the freaking movie. Fucking Chris Rock's in the freaking movie. Yes, post slap fucking Chris Rock. He's in that fucking movie. So I think he's doing well. But it was a fucking great fucking movie, and it's based on real life fucking events. If you get a chance, definitely freaking see that movie. It was awesome. But in Jason Murbo is asking if anything from the last 5 years DC hits, I will have missed out. I haven't bought shit from DC in that time. I enjoyed some of the Aquaman, Black Manta stuff. That was pretty interesting. Looks like they're trying to turn it around when it comes to. It looks like they were trying to give it a kind of a Black Panther tint. I'm reading the Sergeant Rocky stuff right now. They're kind of giving it a zombie resurrection. The stay away from the Wonder Woman stuff. All that stuff is fucking garbage, man. It's just terrible. I don't know if you've been reading that at all, Gary, but what did you think? What did you think of this Wonder Woman stuff? And I appreciate what they're trying to do. They're trying to expand Wonder Woman's world. It's just that they're doing too much at once, and none of it's good.
Yeah, they're trying to fold in, obviously, still strike some of that Wonder Girl stuff in, which I don't know where the future lies for a lot of that. If I don't know if anyone's even aware, they're still publishing a Future State book. Like Batman Future State is coming out like every couple of weeks or every month. I don't think anybody's reading that book. I think the problem with DC is they actually do have some quality product, but it's so tough to find out week to week where that is exactly, right? You named a couple of those books that have been hitting. Nightwing to me has been one of the best books over the last probably year. If you're reading Nightwing, if you want a pure book on like action and then seeing some of that Batgirl, Nightwing action. And I'd also put out there in terms of just looking at DC in general, I mean, they're going to have Matt Rosenberg on, who I loved the stuff that he was doing a little bit with the zombies and a little bit, I think you just said, with there was another book with Two-Face and Mr. Bloom, is that his name? Where they were
the Zombie Z book?
Yeah, with the Lazarus, which is a great book that probably no one read again, but fun book. He's going to be taking over that whole Wildcats franchise, and they're trying to bring back, Wildstorm again. So watch what happens there, because he's someone who has a really good grasp of those type of characters, and that's what it takes. Again, I keep telling you, follow the writers. Those writers drive spec. When Scott Snyder left DC, it obliterated so much Batman spec. When James Tynion left DC, it obliterated, or all of that spec. Joker who laughs. People were on the Robin King. I mean, you could have said that before, but I mean, let's be serious. Like Punchline, to me, she is a punchline in terms of spec value. The one character that I have any faith in out of that entire run, and how I could see DC has faith in, is Ghostmaker. That character will be long-term DC. I guarantee 5 years down the line, that's not going to be a character who's going to be sidelined. That character is leading a group right now. He's a major. They built him into the backstory of Bruce. He's now inextricably linked, no matter who's writing those books. So those are the characters to look after. I have some of those Ghostmaker books that I think long range they're a great buy-in.
So I bet the wrong pony on Punchline is what you're saying? Was I specking a fucking yet again?
This is just one man's opinion, Adam. I'm not the industry for sure.
What's going on with my man Cool Comic Guy?
So he and his wife, they survived that hurricane in Florida a couple weeks ago. Thank God they were able to get out. The problem is that they had major destruction on parts of their house. Almost wrecked most of the area where they also had their freaking comics. Thank God it didn't. So they're just asking for a little bit of help to dig themselves out of this hole right now. So if anybody can freaking help them out, definitely freaking give what you can. And I think he also said he was going to have an eBay sale. So if Mike wants to put out his email link, definitely put that out as well. So you can pay attention.
Yeah, definitely. Copy and paste this link. Let's help out the people, y'all. Let's help out the people. All right.
Yeah. But so what do we think about so Black Adam releases in about 5 days, right? Is there any chance that this is the one that's going to turn people's minds around about DC again?
No. It's DC.
I think it might, man. I think it might bring in a crowd that don't care about DC. They care about The Rock. You know what I mean? So
good point.
That's going to bring in a lot of people that are just going to the casual dad that wants to take his kid to the movies on the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he already spoiled what's going to happen at the end, which can be. But is that their King Kong versus Godzilla, Black Adam versus Superman? I mean, okay.
Or Shazam.
I mean, Shazam is basically pretty much the almost damn same character, right?
No.
I mean, it's just DC. Yeah, it'll keep DC right. Exactly what Brian J said. It'll keep it on life.
I want to see Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Dr. Fate.
I look forward to seeing Hawkman myself.
Like he's getting punked through the movie, personally.
Oh, is he supposed to be in this one, or is he supposed to be in the Shazam movie?
He's supposed to be in this one.
Yeah.
Well, then they done fucked up already. Then.
All right.
They done fucked that up. What's that, Gary?
Right.
Yeah.
We saw that like in the trailer, basically, right? Like him punching Hawkman through all. I think Dr. Fate is an interesting character, right, to look at. Though Pierce Brosnan, is that who it is playing?
Yeah.
Him, right?
Yeah. He basically said that a lot of people said that he's basically just trying to copy Doctor Strange.
Yeah, but the design I thought was pretty good, right? Like they kept that design pretty accurately. I think he'll be interesting to watch through there. I think also Adam Smasher, right, to see that relationship, how they sort of build up on that, and because they have a very mentor-mentee relationship until he sees him in a different way. So maybe that springs right off into a JSA type movie, and then you're looking at that James Robinson run, right, and the David Goyer run that they did back JSA.
I mean, you had Wonder Woman already. You had Aquaman already. You had Superman. You had Batman. Several versions of Batman. Where do you go from here? Younger characters. Where do you go? You go Lobo. I mean, Lobo looked like shit when he was on TV. Where do you go? Where do you go?
Our Power Girl's coming back again, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
character that's been recycled. Like that's one of those characters that every 3 to 5 years, oh, Power Girl. Like let's, those books come down and then they drop all the way on through the floor. Yeah.
So here's what you do. So they spend a lot of time on Teen Titans, the cartoon, but now that audience is getting older to be able to go to the movies by themselves, so you focus on those characters right now and put them in live action, not just in HBO Max or any of the other shit. Bring them to the freaking cinema, build them up. Let Cyborg give us a good Cyborg, not some shitty fucking Cyborg that we've gotten in the last two, because they gave us a shitty one in Doom Patrol who was just a dude in a fucking sweatshirt with a fucking red eye, and then the other one was just they're fighting with the dude right now because he felt like the whole set was racist. Like, bitch, they paid you. You just shut the fuck up, dude. Just fucking do the fucking robot. That's all you gotta fucking do.
Bitch.
Like, yeah, hey, you pay me $1 million to call me freaking the N-word. Okay, hey boss, all right. That's all we gotta freaking do. Just make sure my check is in there on Monday. That's all we gotta fucking do. But he fucked him up, and now nobody even knows who the fuck Cyborg is, right? Or did they give a fuck? So they need to get a new freaking Cyborg. They need to freaking get Robin in there, fucking, and some other characters that could actually pass for those Teen Titans, and I think they'll be good to go.
Damian Wayne, when they get it, when we're going to see Damian, I think he should have been in some kind of live action.
Ben should have been there.
Actually,
instead of more Batman movies,
the Superman Batman Battle of the Super Sons.
Yeah,
I saw it at New York Comic Con. I thought it was amazing.
And that's like this book, right? If you read the new Batman versus Robin, like issue 2 that came out, Damian puts on the costume right from the Batman 666 issue, which is always a big like that book, is a $35 book probably anyway down the line. But I think Mel, you hit on it, and Adam, you hit on as well. Super Sons, I think, has such a built-in audience that, number one, they're pissed off that they aged up John Kent, that Bendis did that. Yet another great Bendis move, very popular. But you put those two, you get a Damian Wayne type character, very street smart, savvy, reckless. You get that John Kent, like echoes of his dad. There are people who love those Super Sons books. That's something that could unite both young and an older audience, because that's that kind of title that sort of crosses over. But aging them up change that dynamic. But you look, they just had another Super Sons book came out. I think they appeared in that. There was an anthology book that came out this week, maybe their horror book, and they appeared in that as the de-aged versions, the ones that we know that were so popular. That's kind of live action that DC needs to sort of push out there.
I mean, I've been saying this shit since Impressive Defects. John Kent needs to be evil. He needs to be bad. So
you basically need Jonathan Kent killing cats again?
I'm telling you,
Brightburn. He needs to be Brightburn.
He needs to be Brightburn. And then the way you could do that is have Damon accidentally kill his boyfriend, and he goes crazy. That's it.
So, what about Superman Prime or Superboy Prime? Right?
Hell yeah, I miss Superboy Prime. He was a great character.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. Let's get a live action Superboy Prime. I think that would be freaking amazing. Instead of bringing up, I'm not ready for John Kent yet, but Superboy Prime, a badass motherfucker that's running around fucking making everybody's fucking life shit.
Infinite Crisis, right?
Yep.
That's where he
DC became. Yeah, he became one of the baddest characters ever in that series.
That's what DC should probably be building to, right? Infinite Crisis.
Great Jim Lee cover.
But then they do that on the TV show.
What TV show?
All those DC shows. Wasn't that Infinite Crisis, or was that some other story?
They did Crisis on Infinite Earth. Yeah, which was the Perez Wolfman, and Infinite Crisis was that later with Blue Beetle being introduced, and
But Crisis on Infinite Earths is where DC, Superboy Prime really came from in that DC Comics Presents. Yeah. It was because of Crisis on Infinite Earths that Superboy Prime is around. Then he became a badass in Infinite Crisis.
Yep.
And after he became a member of the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah.
Well, give me some kind of evil Superman. Because Superman being good, it's just boring now.
Yeah, I can't believe we've talked about DC this long. Actually,
Amen. Amen.
Right.
Well,
They're probably gonna kill Superman again because why else would they start reprinting the book? I'm just joking.
yeah, the fucking 30th anniversary of the death of fucking Superman. Like, god damn. Then we got the 30th year of the death of Superman. Then we got the 30th anniversary of Harley Quinn, and all this other shit.
So the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman, is that considered the 30th year the bubble burst from the 90s?
History repeats itself, right?
Right, exactly.
I learned that a long time ago. So
it's a nice segue to what's going on now.
We got fucking foils coming back and all this other shit. I mean, the only.
Ooh, I can't wait till they bring back emboss covers. Ooh.
They did.
they're back.
I know they're.
My battle.
Lucas has been talking about those one books where it's that weird qualifier or whatever, right? Where it's an incentive, and if you buy all 7 or 6, you get that 7th one at the end, right?
My Battle Beast set had an embossed color.
I got that West Coast Avengers, right? The red West Coast Avengers with Mephisto on it. You know, that foil embossed cover. They're coming back in style again. Get ready. What about you saw those? I know a lot of people put them up. Those Marvel Disney Wonder books, right?
They look good.
They look nice. I think they did a nice job on those. Those are taking a little bit of the retro look of it. We saw what happened when last time they put Mickey on a cover. So what that book went for. So they're going to be 12 of them all together. I think they released three of them so far.
How many store exclusives are going to get for those?
I don't know. There are some books that for some reason you don't see a lot. Like there's a book coming out, I think next week, that I was really surprised that nobody jumped on it. And that's the horror book that's coming out with. That's going to be the second appearance of Blade's daughter. I was surprised that nobody put her on a cover for that book at all, because remember, this is going to be, apart from that free comic book day, she is on the regular cover of that book. And I never endorse just picking up regular covers, but that's the book you want. I think it's the
Damnation of Blade.
Crypt of Shadows. That's what it is.
Crypt of Shadows, right.
Crypt of Shadows regular cover. She's not on the variants at all. And I'm just looking at that book out there, and I spoke to a couple other people who were like, we just sort of kept it in, quiet, didn't bring it up at all. And I just kept buying more of those like $3 regular covers on that, because you see more with Bloodline. That's going to be the book. Because remember those free comic book days. Perfect example is, she's not a big character now, but Nadia Pym, right? Or Nadia Van Dyne, the Wasp, because she appeared in that Civil War, I think, the one with Thanos on the cover, that free comic book day. That's a book was out there in quantities and just given out all over the place. And now people looked for that Unstoppable Wasp 1 or whatever her next, appearance was. So watch that Crypt of Shadows 1 regular cover. The other 3 covers have other solo characters on them. And it's going to be one that if we see more, Marvel's going to push her. And then we have the Blade book coming out after, right? The Sheriff Blade, the Blade book where there's a Delato cover and there's a beautiful Lozano cover of him on the horse. I think that's coming out in a couple weeks also. So we'll watch some of those Marvel horror books as they start to pick up some interest again, along with, of course, things that are out there already.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about that Civil War book. So I was digging in back issue bins and found it like marked up like $5-10 or something like that. And then I looked in their dollar issue bins, and they had like several in their dollar issue bins. So I was like, all right, I'll just buy them for $1.
There you go. Bargain shopping. You always look around.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, gentlemen, my tequila's gone, and I promised myself I would be retiring after that. So pleasure to pop in. I'm always looking forward to talking about books. Keep it on early, you never know when I'll pop in. Lucas, thanks for having me. Mel,
thanks for coming by, man. This is amazing.
Good night, Gary.
Adam, Big Remo, Aaron, and of course Brian, one of my favorites.
Good to see you, brother.
Thank you for the content, brother. Thank you for the tips, my man. Gary.
He's one of the best in the game right there. Good dude too.
Dude, he's been on Drunken Chat twice now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he was on.
He was one of the original OGs.
The old
okay.
Yeah, season 1 vet.
That was probably before my time. Before I decided to join this realm or this, sitting in this panel.
Yeah, the season 1.
That was when it was mandatory to either be high or fucking drunk to get on this show.
I was going to 5 in the morning, birds chirping, fucking still talking about. Lucas used to do the whole goddamn book for fucking.
Was that when like Nick Hart was like eating books on stream and stuff like that?
That was season 2.
That was season 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't too late into the game then.
Nick Hart wasn't eating shit until matter of fact, I miss Nick Hart. I seen him at NYCC. Good, yeah, he he's good.
Yeah, man.
Dude, his channel is blowing up. I'm actually gonna hit him up and trying to get him to do a manga segment on Beyond Wednesdays because man, he knows that shit and he does a great job in his own channel and his channel's blown up because of it.
He found his niche.
Well, the whole thing is too. You know how we're always like when we're always like aiming towards certain demographics. He's hitting that 18 to 25-year-old mark or whatever it is, or 30-year-old mark. Like he's high in all those. I was like, dude, like when he showed me those analytics, I was just like kind of like I was like, you're hitting all the marks that you need to hit. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Like don't change anything. And then so.
He wants to do a show on our new channel, but I don't know when our new channel's getting off the ground.
What was that?
You said what?
I said he wants to do a show on our new channel, but I don't know when our new channel's getting off the ground.
I think he's already out there, right?
Yeah, it's up there. He just needs to get on and just do it consistently.
Yeah,
right. Because
we all need to do something consistently on there. At some point.
Because remember, Aaron, you, me, and Heartless, we try to do it, right? You know.
Anime Alphabet.
It's just consistency, man.
Yep.
Freaking even Drunken Chat, man. Our first joins, we weren't doing more than 30 to 35 people a night, but consistency. Now we're freaking hitting 100, and then sometimes I'll fucking look back, man, fucking 1,000 to 2,000 views, man.
Yeah,
fucking videos. So it's like, oh shit, man.
So it's been a nice journey. It's been a nice journey from where we started to where we are now. I mean, we are a staple. Friday nights, they know to come check Drunken Chat. We have fun.
Award nominated too.
Yeah, award nominated. You guys go vote, man.
So Dre's talking about the Star Wars High Republic. I totally missed the boat on that. I mean, I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I got the Visions covers, but I didn't get them all. But I was like, I totally forgot about that shit, man.
Did you read Visions? I
still haven't read it, man. I haven't even got it. I don't think I pre-ordered it, and I'm still waiting for it to come in the mail.
Yeah, because it just released. What was it last week or this past Wednesday?
Maybe like a week or two ago. Yeah.
Who did you order it from? Because if you had ordered it through the pull box, you would have had it by now.
I know.
I'm literally looking at copies. I am literally looking at fucking copies of Visions and shit right now.
That means Luke is gonna put them all in the box tomorrow. Fucking 9 a.m.
Sell them on the what?
Hey, freaking!
What you want to buy?
Bread? Yeah, you got bread. You know, we gotta remember, we gotta support some of our people that need help down in Florida and the pygmies down in Africa and shit. So we gotta,
You said 15.
Mojo is saying, Lucas, I couldn't get in on the High Republic order because I lost my job. Good news is I hated it anyway, and now I have a better job paying more. Absolutely, man. God bless you, brother. I too am in a process of trying to transition. It's tough out there for a fucking pimp, though, man. Fucking, they fucking.
I guess I told you so.
Yeah, they say it's greater later, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make up, man.
Yeah, always be.
The Lord will bless you.
Oh yeah, exactly. Always be reaching for that next freaking thing, man. Always be
Yeah, I need to get busy and get my cert so I can, I'm coming up on my 5-year.
Jason Birball used to freaking hang out with us. He don't want to hang out with us anymore.
He's an OG. He's an OG. Yeah,
he was scared. He was like, man, I gotta comb my bald head, man.
Wait, I think I was watching that episode. I think that was one of the first episodes. Was he the guy that won like 2 books in that night or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was like one of the first episodes I watched.
We got to get back to our roots, man. We got to do more of the giveaways. We got to get that box. How many subscribers we got? I think we're stuck at like 17. Like stuck at 30 more for 2,000.
Did you lose subscribers after like mentioning it?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't even keep up with that shit. Man. Like we hit 2,000, we hit 2,000. Whatever.
Well, since we've got stuck on a number, we've had less people sending in freaking weird chats asking us to look at their porn and shit. So
That's
I'm
not
okay
important, damn it.
Okay.
How's Project Pegasus doing anyway, Adam?
It's gonna take flight sometime in 2023.
That shit been taken.
What the fuck are you, Blade? The fuck? Come on.
Did you change directors? Whole story's written out. We gotta change directors.
No, hold on.
No, there was a
what? Go ahead. What the fuck?
the girl I'm filling that with is
your lead actress. Don't
and
say
the lead
girl,
actress
your
is
lead
having
actress.
personal issues and is taking a leave of absence for a while.
From YouTube? From what? What the fuck is she?
From everything. She needs to go to a wellness center.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, just you got to get into the right mindset to do what she's going to do to a blind guy. So go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Get your
Seriously, she's getting her personal shit together. So I wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, she got to get herself right.
Yeah. Speaking of getting your shit together, Mel, do you remember Hidden Gems? The Hidden Gem section. Well, Adam has a Hidden Gem section that he wants to share with us tonight, and I think
good.
Adam, or do you want to do the introductions for him, Mel, or you have anything for him?
Blind Adam. Okay. The return of the blind man as he walks through the woods to give us great speculation. Blind Adam returns with the original Hidden Gems.
All right, Adam, the first one that I got up for you is Starman number 80.
This is like the issue where Starman passes the torch on the Stargirl, and I kind of wish Stargirl spec would catch on a little bit more because it's a great show. And
wait, there's a Starman show?
There's a Stargirl show.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's like one of the best non-HBO Max DC shows out there, and I just wish the comics would catch on a little bit more.
Well, it's on WB though, right?
Yeah. Well,
fuck that. If they put it on HBO Max, maybe I'll watch it. I ain't got time for all that. They once they fucked up Naomi, I was done with them. I mean,
Naomi was the one show I didn't watch.
Yeah, fucking.
You didn't miss nothing.
Fucking. I was okay with the first 3 episodes of Archie. It was like, okay, they're trying to do something different, but then once they had.
I remember that's the bomb, yo.
Yeah, Miss Grundle, fucking kid.
Archie was stuck in Miss Grundy, man. It was
no, get it right. Miss Grundy was raping Archie.
They were banging.
He was not 18.
It was consensual.
He was not
consensual, 18. Yo.
He was not 18. It
was still consensual, man. It was in the eyes of the law. It was statutory at best.
So that's not consent. You can't. You try to get these old. You trying to get these old men in this fucking podcast fucking hemmed up because Blind Adam said it was legal. No, man, don't get caught.
Hold on. Let me say something because I've been looking at this people Game of Thrones shit. They really just passing this child fucking and his incest off. Oh, that's how it was back in the day. That don't make it right, motherfucker. Like, yo, y'all just brushing this shit under the rug. Y'all don't. How that shit? How did it? Like, it's not really that bothering people. I'm like,
hey, Mel, you don't want to peel that onion right now.
I see. Because people got upset with me. Well, that's just how it was back in the day. Oh, motherfucker, you lived it, motherfucker. All right, okay, you were there. Fuck out of here, man.
As a person that was there,
yeah. Fucking Yeezy was living it.
Jesus.
All right, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Breed, issue number 6.
This is the first appearance of Milk and Cheese. A classic indie series by Evan Dorkin. And, it's just something I'm into, and I did not realize that this was the first appearance. I always thought it was Milk and Cheese number 1.
Now, has there been any news about Milk and Cheese of whether they want to
do just something I wanted to point out.
Wizard Magazine number 30.
This has a Beavis and Butthead ash can as the insert.
Why does Beavis, or no, is it Butthead? No, it's Beavis. Why does he look like he's got cum coming out of his mouth? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue. I just know the Beavis and Butthead show that's on Paramount Plus is amazing.
I never was into these motherfuckers at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
never.
I'm not surprised, man. A lot of people didn't like them.
Yeah. They got a new series on Paramount, and sometimes it's
well
funny.
done.
Yeah, sometimes it's pretty funny. Sometimes it's like, eh.
I love Beavis and Butthead, man.
I never was into that motherfucker.
It's either you're into it or you're not.
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead ash can number 1.
That ties into that was the ash can that was in the Wizard 30. And I don't know, I don't see them that much in the wild.
I wonder, did it precede the actual Beavis and Butthead comic?
Yeah.
I wonder. Really?
Yeah, I think it came out like a month before.
I might have to hunt that down. Tiny Titans number 17.
This is the first appearance of Bat Cow.
Who?
Of who?
The Bat Cow.
The Bat Cow.
Yeah, Damien has a pet cow. And I did not. And it makes an appearance in the Superman Batman Super Sons movie I was talking about.
Okay.
Did you say cow or gal?
Cow.
G as in George, A-L?
C-O-W?
Oh my God.
There's a Bat Cow.
How come the Bat Cow didn't make it in Super Pets?
That's what I want to know.
Because it's Bat Cow?
Batman Incorporated number 1.
It's the first in continuity appearance of the Bat Cow.
Jesus Christ.
I actually think I have.
Grant Morrison, gotta love him.
Yep.
And finally, Batman and Robin New 52 series number 19.
This is the first in continuity appearance of Carrie Kelly, the female Robin from Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
I know no one's going to watch the damn show, but she is going to be on a CW show coming up in the near future.
See, CW, though. CW.
I watch every CW show.
Now, the only cover that I have is this red cover of Batman. Is there perhaps another cover?
Yeah, I think there was 2 printings of that.
Okay.
I thought you was about to say this is the first appearance of the Bat Cow as a cheeseburger.
I'd buy that.
You all right, Mel?
Or the actual.
You all right, Mel?
Yeah, I know. I'm having flashbacks, man.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Mel, because you are now lighter than I am.
I am 229 as of this morning.
Congrats,
Thank you.
I haven't been 229 since I think I was in like junior high school, man.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Yo, I went shopping, right? Before I went to go shopping, it was so frustrated I couldn't wear shit fucking coming my stomach and shit. I used to get mad and fucking leave the clothes in the fucking dressing room, fucking pissed off. I wore that shit. I went in there today, man. Oh, it's fucking. I feel like Zoolander, motherfucker. Yo, yeah, it's just that. A lot of people ask, like, do you feel different? I don't feel any different physically, but like wearing the clothes, that shit is good. It's a good feeling, bro. So
being able to go into the store and not have to buy what you can buy what everybody else is buying, except for having to go to a special store.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good. I don't want to get into a whole tangent in it, but I feel good.
Nah, fuck that, man. When I got out of college, man, I was a slim 175, man. You could walk into TJ Maxx, get anything off the fucking rack. Even if it was fucking big, you could fucking work with it. Now, man, I'm over here fighting with some motherfucking Costco for the extra large and shit.
Yo,
last one and shit.
a lot of people, a lot of people with an extra large. Like, yo, I'm trying to find extra large. Like, it's harder to find extra large than it is to find.
Because the kids buy them. The kids buy all the extra large shit.
Which is nice for me because then I can go in the kids section and buy like a kid's extra large and fit into their shirts.
Yeah,
my daughter be buying, taking all my old shirts and just be like sleeping in them, and I'm just like, "Where my shirt at?" And she come walking out the back room wearing my shirt, and I'm just like, "Damn." And then I see kids at the school and they got these huge hoodies on. You know what I mean? It's like,
hey, Remo, it's better that she's wearing your shit than her boyfriend's shit.
Yeah, we already
Yeah, because you know, like I still want my hoodies back from like all these ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. But
yeah, in my head, I'm like, yeah, keep wearing it. That way, when some dude asks you, then you gonna think of me. You ain't gonna want to do it.
Here's what you do: you put your freaking name under the fucking tag or something. So that even if she does take the shit, you know that when her boyfriend picks up that fucking sweatshirt and he goes,
"Got my name on
who the fuck is Aaron?"
see, that's why I always sewed like a special patch like inside the behind the tag.
Nah, yeah. My boy's mom used to sew his name in the back of the shit. She's like, "Damn, man, your mom do all that? My mom sew, but she ain't sewing my name and shit."
No, I know how to sew. Like,
definitely a skill to have in your back pockets for sure.
Well, here I'll give this tip out for anyone that's curious of how to start sewing. If you can tie a fishing knot, you can tie a sewing knot. It's the exact same knot.
Can't do either one, man.
Yeah, I haven't been fishing. Woo.
I be struggling with a tie.
I tell you, if the apocalypse comes, I'm fucked. I don't know how nothing to do none of that.
Oh man, I was thinking that the other day. My boy was trying to take me fishing, and I was just like, man.
All you need to know is how to purify water. You know, you'll be all right.
None of that shit. I gotta go hang out with some country fuckers.
Just find Ultra. Just find Ultra, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, just come on out to Virginia, man. Just come out, man. I got you.
My man, because he hunts deer. He was like, yo, he got a field dressed deer. I'm like, I said, just give me the jerky, man. I don't want to hear all this shit, man. That's just. I said that shit delicious and all, but I don't want to gut no deers, man. I don't want to do all that.
How many hoodies have I lost? I don't want to answer that question.
Like $1,000 worth of merchandise. Just
yeah, I mean, enough for me to have way too many now. How about that?
That was the one thing when somebody took your sweater and you're just like, fucking motherfucker, you know you can't get that shit back.
Especially if it's a really tough one to find. It's like rare.
Yeah. Well, because I used to be in like crust punk bands and stuff like that. So what we did was like
another genre that none of us know about except Aaron.
So basically, it's just metal and punk combined into a genre. All right.
So I used to be in a headphone bone crush band.
What?
I used to be in a blue suede shoe double knot band.
Oh, so you've heard of that project? No, but so I would always exchange merch with other bands, like either trading patches or T-shirts or whatever. So so what I used to do is just get plain black hoodies and just sew all their patches onto it, and so that way, like I would always know where it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like if a chick took your shit, like you were messing around and she took your shit and you knew you couldn't get it back, and you knew she took it, like that's that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, like, then she's not gonna wear it to like shows and stuff like that, because then like
I remember one time.
It's not a huge crowd of people that are showing up to this, like 50 to 100, unless you're playing at a festival, right?
Yeah, not many crust punkers out there.
Yeah, exactly. All the kids that like went from street punk to crust punk. This is usually the transition.
Yeezy, was this your band, or you just played the lead guitar or bass guitar?
What, in the picture or in the photos? Yeah. And stuff like that? So I'm currently playing in a band where I'm playing bass.
Oh, you're in the band now still.
Yeah, I'm still
that's
currently
why you
playing.
do all the shows.
Yeah. So when I'm not on Whatnot and when I'm not
Yeah.
on podcasts, I'm still out there playing.
Motherfucker edit videos and edit podcast and whatnots and in a band. Motherfucker,
Full time job.
Yeah,
See,
when do you
so
fucking
Mel,
what?
He
so
still got
Mel
that
knows
young man. He still got that young man energy. He
Rick-
still got good knees and back and shit. So
Yeah,
Rick-
see, once you hit 600, it's never a problem.
They got
600.
so it still has all that time to raise a hellhound. It's just my man, easy, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I thought your band play days were over.
No, I'm still currently playing in the band. We're talking about our next EP that we're actually
Really?
yeah. So like tracks are pretty much done for that. We're just like coming up with track name titles. We're trying to figure out what's gonna make our set list now, all that. So
Nice.
yeah. And the crazy part is like the band I'm currently in right now has been the least dramatic band I've ever been in. Like it's kind of nice. Like there's less drama in my band than there are in comics.
That's bullshit.
I swear to you, dude. Like, yeah, like I'm not even joking. Like, I mean, like, there's like, because internally in the band, there's always like some sort of drama, but then like, there's drama with other people outside of the band, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Usually when you get that girlfriend who wants to be the lead singer for the fucking band, that's where it fucking starts.
So see, I think this is what happened is like they recycled or they not recycled people, but they rotated out people that weren't on the same page as like some of the core members, and then that's when like I got recruited and someone else got recruited, and then we all came from different backgrounds of music. So now that we're all experienced, have been in several bands beforehand, like we cut out all that bullshit and just like kind of.
So what did you answer ad in the paper, or they just came to you? How did you guys link up?
So the drummer and I had met before like a long time ago, and then through one of our mutual friends, he was like, we were supposed to start a separate band, a different band, and then that didn't really go anywhere. Where we're just like sitting in a chat room, just like talking about, oh, we're gonna practice, and then never showed up for practice. So then, so I left that chat group, and then the drummer approached me and was like, hey, we have this other project. We just need to find a bass player to fill in to play a couple shows. Are you available? They're pretty easy songs. They're pretty easy songs to learn, especially with your previous experience. Like this should be a breeze for you. So I was like, yeah, I'm a little out of practice, but I was like, I'll learn them. And then I just haven't left the band since.
Nice.
It's almost like a year later at this point.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right.
Good thing. Yeah, it's always like drama and stuff like that between. It's always between bands. You can have that. That's that competition.
It's always,
that's competition and all that. But like when people are like writing blatant lies about it.
Oh no, yeah, that's a little extra. I'm talking about just like we're gonna kick their ass tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like if we guys.
Yeah. I mean that's one thing. Yeah, but like when people are going out saying like, oh, there's a racist in the band, there's a pedophile, there's a rapist, like blah blah blah, and it's like kind of like, well, that one person is not in this band anymore, so like, yeah.
You get a bad rap.
So I got one question before you start FOC.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
West of Sundown 6.
Oh, that where they had that horror homage and stuff like that from back in the day.
There's a prison.
Yes, I got it.
Is that a 1 in 25 or is that one per store?
Stand by. Let me check real quick.
Because on Luna it says one thing and on Diamond it says another.
It is a there's two. There's a 1 in 15, and then there's a 1 in 25.
Which one is the prison?
Both of them say prison. In fact, let me bring it up for you.
I thought the one per store was that like where it has that Secret House of Horrors like trade or whatever to it. The classic trade.
Right. So it's just this one. One is probably trade dress and the other one is version. So I forget which one these two are, but one is Campbell, the other one is a Terry, and then there's a cover C, which is a Sealy. But the incentives is a Frizzen. One's a trade dress, and the other one's
So there are two. They're both Frizzens.
yes.
So where's the other Frizzen at?
It's the same one, probably.
One is traded. I like this Frizzen, but am I ordering 25? What's the Sundown 6?
Hey Edwin, check out State of Filth is the name of my band. We have Spotify, and then there's a couple of YouTube videos, I think.
State of Filth.
Yep.
Is that about Ohio? You stop fucking with Ohio.
Josh is gonna come down and hammer on you.
I know
You'll be
Josh's gonna be mad at me. Stop fucking with Ohio.
Sleepy's gonna be mad at you.
Mercenari's
gonna be like, he's like, I'm never showing up to Drunken Chat ever again.
Crazy.
Let's see. Okay, so now they've posted this one, which is this is the cover B right there in the middle.
I mean, how many people are really going to order 25 of these? Something to look out for. I mean, it's a Frizzen.
Those aren't new, right?
Comes out
FOC is Monday.
These?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And what is the state of top loaders looking like, Lucas?
Top loaders is still looking jacked up from BCW. I think I saw, who was it? Fucking Cardboard Gold. Cardboard Gold actually had a sale.
That's where I get my top loaders from.
Yeah, they had a pretty good sale. I think it was yesterday.
Cardboard Gold.
Cardboard Gold. Yeah.
Yeah, because I almost ran out of top loaders for cards, and I had just ordered some because they were getting like giant shipment containers in, but then like it ended up being delayed, and then like they just came in right in time as soon as I was using my last like top loader.
So how much a regular top loader on Cardboard Gold?
It's like you buy stuff in bulk there.
Yeah, I need because I bought some top loaders on Amazon and they're okay, but
dude, those are like golden age size. Like,
oh yeah, you see. Hold on, let me grab one.
Yeah, I saw your preview video. Oh, and then up to down. Yeah, my band did do that, and then we played a Reagan Youth song, like, and try to pass it off as our own. And I will fart on the snare drum. So just saying.
So yeah, so this is. I mean they're solid. I mean for shipping purposes they're good, but they're not like the top loaders that I love. They'll protect the book, yes, but
let me see, what are those? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's I think Leg says that they're like picture frames.
Yeah,
it's probably like.
But when I bought them on Amazon, they said comic top loaders, and I mean they serve it.
Take a like a Last Ronin book or something like that. See if it fits in there.
Oh, everything will fit in here. You probably put a Bible in here, it'd be all right.
I got one. I got like a pack of them maybe like a year or two ago. Them shits was expensive then.
Yeah, shit's very expensive, bro.
I'll try Cardboard Gold because I need to pick up a stack of the 11x17s.
I think the crook at the shop was trying to sell them to me for like $4 a pop or something, or $3 a pop.
Yeah, because they were expensive at NYC's. A pack of 10 was $40 bucks. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, well, you're talking about at the con prices. Like that's like saying like, oh, I'm gonna go to New York Comic Con to go buy bags and boards.
But I tell you what, if you're willing to wait and you've got enough bread, you can actually get them off of Alibaba. But you got to order like 10,000. You can get them for like 60 cents a pop.
Look at this. Current comic, a case of 100 for $134.95. That's what, more than $1 a top loader.
Oh, and then here's another hint. Hit up Ant also.
He exhausted his plug for top loaders.
Oh, did he? I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
he did or not.
Yeah, that was the plus. Lucas got me some good the Golden Age joints, which served its purpose, but I wasn't mad at him. I might have to order some more of those.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely get more of those. There's more than enough of those. What the
All right, so let's get into FOC. What do we
It's
got?
actually, yeah. I mean, it's not the best, but this week's FOC is actually not that bad. I just gotta freaking get to starting with DC stuff. Where we at? Here we go. Batgirls number 12. There's a 1 in 25. I love Rian Gonzalez. I'm still waiting for the cover, the 90s cover month for Paulina Ganacho. And fuck you, Audrey Mock, because I know where you got the, I know where she got where she stole that from. She's stealing that from Rochelin, who is really good and makes it look even better. So, nah. Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City number 2. Each issue will also offer a code to redeem in the Gotham Knights game for an exclusive variant. Just got to remember, if you collect all of them, you can get a special 7th item.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good gimmick.
Batman Incorporated number 2. Don't forget, the cover C is the 90s cover month foil multi emboss whatever.
Yes, foil and emboss. So stupid.
Yeah.
What's next?
but I think people might be more interested in the Jorge Molina card, which has like several different characters on there. And I don't have the art for the Tim's design card stock yet. Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze number 1. I got to read it. It's okay. It's a interesting read, but don't pick up the 1/100 nor the 1/50 nor the 1/25 thinking that maybe there's going to be a new character in there. I didn't see anything like that in there. Or
Well,
maybe,
they're really milking this Batman the fuck boy. I tell you.
yeah. But what you got to remember is that those stores that order at least 25 of each of these covers, they qualify to buy the very last one that debuts in 2023. Batman versus Robin number 3. There is an Alex Maleev card. I love his stuff, but this one is not necessarily like his greatest stuff. There is a 90s cover month, and there's a 1/50 Tony S. Daniel card. I haven't gotten a chance to read this one, and I don't think there's anything big happening in this one necessarily. I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. Then there's the Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth. More, they are really milking the fact that they got The Rock to do the freaking movie. He's like on at least one cover every single freaking week. There's the 1 in 25 Christopher Kung.
Isn't there a cover out that came out this week? He's doing the same shit.
Yes, sir. Exactly the same shit. You can't go wrong for me with if you got Wonder Woman and she's in bondage or chains or something like that. I like that Christmas homage card. Oh, and there is going to be a 1/100 Alejandro Sanchez foil. Trying to see. Looks like I don't have. Yeah, I don't have the art for that one yet. Flash, the fastest man alive, number 3. I'm missing the art for Scott Collins and the 1/25 Jorge Corona and the 1/50 foil. The I Am Batman number 15. There is a 1/25 Kanan White card.
So how many Batman books?
All the Batman books, every single freaking
damn.
Every single angle you can have for Batman, they're gonna fucking exploit it out the ass. Multiversity Teen, Justice number 6. Got to keep an eye on Stephanie Hans. She's like the Preacher Momoko, right? When she's on, and when her hand is getting freaking tired, it's just getting fucking tired.
Yeah, she must got our friends like a motherfucker. This one.
Yeah. I don't remember if in the first issue whether that Superman character was there. I gotta check. But I find that kind of interesting. New Golden Age number 1. This one's supposed to be a one shot. There's a 1/25 by Dan Hip and a 1/50 by Michael Allred and a 1/100 by Dave Talaski. I don't have any of the art for any of that except for the Mikhail Janine. Superman Son of Kal-El number 17. I believe this is supposed to be the last one of this particular volume. Before I think you guys said they were going to pick it up in somewhere else, maybe like Action Comics. I think that's where
Yeah.
I read it was going to be.
That the call is pretty damn good.
Sure. And that's a 1 in 25, right? So it's not
Yeah,
bad at all.
good question. What is cover price on this book?
Good question. I will, if you give me 30 seconds, I can find that out.
Actually, a lot of these covers look good. I like cover A actually too.
I'm just not sure why you got freaking Superboy freaking skateboarding through the fucking mall like some
Yeah,
asshole.
that was not good.
Damn you, DeCall making another 1 in 25.
I mean, who's really gonna order 25 of this?
That's what I'm saying. Damn you, DeCall for making a 1 in 25.
I'm about to. I want it. I want it.
Okay, cover price on. Okay. The far left, the one with him holding all that wood, that's $3.99.
Okay.
To the one to the right, $4.99. The one of him skateboarding, that's $4.99. And then
You got the 1 in 25.
1 in 25, that's $4.99.
Okay.
So if you didn't care about any of the other covers and you just wanted to get it cheap, a retailer would just get the one to the far left, just get 25 of those, and then that's the cheapest you can get. Otherwise, if you wanted some of the other ones, that's going to cost you a little bit more, $1 more per.
I just found the 1 in 25 somewhere. I'm not ordering 25 copies of this.
You don't want it spawning with the Gleasons?
No, I
The
don't.
Gleason 53s? Do you still have a bunch of those?
I got a whole bunch of shit in my garage. I had moved all the shit I bought from Lucas and put it in the garage just so it could rot.
You're supposed to be throwing it. What happened to the Walmart packs? Just throw them in there.
It's just too much work, bro.
Okay, so I just got this art in for the Wildcats #1. There's a cover B, Jim Lee, which looks pretty damn good,
It does.
and it's an open order.
Wow.
Nice.
Wait, so why isn't it going to Image with the whole 30th anniversary?
Bruh, I have no clue.
I mean, I get it's a Jim Lee property or whatever, and then he's at DC, but still, like, I mean, I know they're doing that whole big like 30th anniversary shit. So, shouldn't they include it in that?
I think it's because Wildcats is owned by DC.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh.
They go embossed.
Yep, some more cover E, Brett Booth, 90s cover foil, multi-level embossed. 1 in 25 Jet Spokes, which is trash. I do love the cover C, Stanley Art Germ Lau. And of course, there's that Ben Oliver again. Wildcats #1 also has a 1 of 50 and a 1 of 100. Both of these incentives are trash. But all right, Jim Lee's. There's also supposed to be a 1 to 150 Jim Lee pencil card stock. I don't believe I have.
You got a lot of DC. You got a lot of balls. You got a lot of balls. Can I give you that? 101 and 150. Motherfucker, y'all crazy as hell, boy. Y'all don't give a fuck about no trees. 1 and 150? Like, who's ordering 150 of these? It's a Wildcat.
Please buy our books. Wonder Woman #793. Nobody gives a damn about Wonder Woman right now, but they insist on doing more of these. They got a cover C, Joshua Schwabe, 50th anniversary card stock. I don't like it at all. I think he does better when he actually draws African American women. This one is like, I don't know what he's going for with this one. I do think interesting is the Jen Bartel 90s cover month card. That one is pretty interesting, even though I don't know why he's drawing from the back and didn't give her any ass. Then there's the 125 Joe Quinones.
That has America written all over it. That is an America pose. That is
America pose. It's America pose. It would be better if it was an Adam Hughes. Like,
Booty's not there. You gotta put if you're gonna do that, you gotta put some booty on one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wonder Woman needs an ass.
Yeah, and I guarantee the way DC's been going, by the time you get it, you'll only see her from the top up. They'll take out the ass.
Right.
Damn.
Moving on to Dark Horse Star Wars Hyperspace Stories number 3. Dark Ride number 2. I've been hearing stuff about Dark Ride.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Yeah. So just keep an eye out on that one. Cradle of Filth number 5. That one's the one that has the price for $666. There is one at 10, which is meh.
Fucking they're issue 5. They got more issues than a lot of Marvel books. God
damn. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. Got the 1 of 5, 10, and a 1 of 15. Earth Divers. This is the second print I was telling you guys about.
Okay, what is this about? Kill Columbus. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. There's during the apocalypse, they get a hold of a time machine. They decide that they got to go back in time to kill Columbus so they could change the future.
Really?
So it's already been optioned by Disney.
Really?
And they're going to put it on Disney Plus. Sure.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So Disney's stepping up their adult content then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Until they change their mind.
until like some angry parents said, "Why did my kid watch this?"
He discovered America, and he go, "Bitch, no, he didn't."
Yeah, I gotta check this out. This looks pretty good.
So the very last issue with IDW of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 300 is coming out. It's going to have a 1 and 10 and a 1 and 25 and also a 1 to 50. The difference between the cover B's, the cover C, the cover D, and all that stuff is that as you go up in the centers, more characters are actually added to each.
That's a fucking dope idea. McClay, you're the G.I. Joe guy. What do you think?
I'm all over this, dude. I love this shit right here. I love this book.
So the 1 in 50 is that what's being shown now?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's gonna be a hitter right there.
So just to clarify, as you go up in the ratios, more characters are on the cover of the book.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So how many stores will do a variant for this? Let's see.
Yes, that's the thing.
IDW, maybe.
I might
wait. Was this a book that they weren't allowed to do a variant for?
Really?
I don't know if that's true or not. I think I might have heard something like that.
Hold on. What is G.I. Joe? What number is it?
300.
1 in 50. God damn. One asking price 150. How many have sold?
I mean this is the last issue, isn't it? For IDW. Yeah.
All right, Lucas, we've got to do something here now. Hold on now. Let me see something.
All right, let's keep it going before you cock out. Sleep. Dark Spaces Wildfire, local comic book day, issue number 5. And yeah, this is the week where there's gonna be a lot of local comic book shop day fucking variants. Star Trek number 2. I'm wondering what the fuck is going on with this book, because all of a sudden they're doing a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, and a 1 in 50 for this book.
That's interesting.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yep, Star Trek Lower Decks. Let's get it. If you haven't been,
yeah, I heard this
animation shit. It's funny as fuck. It's the best thing they thought of. Between that and Prodigy, it's just good shit. It's just good stuff, man. Even if you don't give a fuck about Star Trek, it is pretty fucking funny.
I heard they had the exclusive at New York City Comic Con, like where it was like a panel book for Lower Decks for issue 1.
Might have to search that up.
Yeah, I might have to do 100 of these G.I. Joes, but I do not want 100 G.I. Joes sitting in my motherfucking room.
Do what?
You just give them to Brian, Nate, and I, for the rest of the 100. that you
I
don't
might,
want?
I might do that. I got Lucas. Let me know how much it is. I might do 100 of these.
Transformers Shattered Glass #2. I forget who that one. I think her name is Flamethrower or something like that. I thought that was kind of interesting, and I forget whether that's a 1 in 10 or whatever. But Kaya #2. People have been all over Kaya #1. 8 billion genies. Issue #1. I forget what printing this one is. I think
Really?
Is worth printing?
You can draw it.
No, this would be 5th print. I want to say.
All right.
Let's see.
D Sniper, what up, baby?
See, what is this? Image. Where the fuck is image at?
So you could draw your own genie on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Draw my own genie, eh?
Well, yeah. Yeah, see, Adam already had it, you know? Like, this outline's going to end up being, like, a lot of trouble for people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of old genies.
Speaking of fucking with genies.
Okay, yeah. So it is not a 8th printing or anything like that. They're calling it the local comic book shop day 8 billion genies #1 sketch.
Oh.
Okay.
They're not calling it a different printing.
But I can still have a big titted blonde genie. It'll be amazing.
Edward said they're having a contest.
Oh, wow.
This special local comic book day shop exclusive variant will feature cardstock cover showing blank genie silhouette for you to personalize with your own sketch. Image Comics will be running an exciting Instagram contest for fans to submit their own genie illustration for a chance to be one of the very lucky entrants to win a signed and remarked copy of the 8 Billion Genies Deluxe hardcover for themselves and a local comic book shop of their choosing. No purchase necessary. Sketch entries do not need to be done on a LCSD variant in order to qualify. So you don't even have to buy this one in order to do the contest. Contest will run through November 26th through December 6th. So that's when it ends. December 6th. So you don't have to buy this thing.
So this is like to scout out new talent then?
They need it. They fucking need it, man. But you just visit imagecomics.com or at image on Instagram for full contest details. So you could probably just, print this out or do whatever on your computer or just do it from there and then just.
I mean, they don't give you a lot to work with to show your skills. I mean, if a motherfucker pull it off, great. But freaking stupid ass genie head, like a goddamn snork. Remember snorks?
I mean, you don't even have to like sit on the couch to like enter into this contest. Like that's pretty great.
What's next?
Yeah, with those snorks.
Fuck This Place, hardcover, volume 1.
See what the fuck this book.
they heard Mel too many times. Hey, you know what would be a great title? Fuck this book.
It's a decent read if you're like into zombie books and stuff like that. So I've enjoyed it.
What is this?
Radiant Black, 1 in 25.
Not bad.
Skull Kickers, 10th anniversary super special.
10. I don't remember this shit at all.
Old school Skull Kickers. Skull Kickers used to do homages before homages got big.
And this is IDW? Or Image?
No, this is Image, I believe.
Okay.
Spawn, number 335.
Shout out to Spawn. I mean, longevity is key.
What issue do you think they'll end at, like with Spawn, or do you think it does keep going until McFarlane dies?
You're gonna keep going.
I don't know, but actually, we just had Talk McFarlane on Comic Crusaders, just like a few hours ago, actually.
Yeah, that was earlier this afternoon, actually.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to check out that interview with Al Mega, go ahead. Hey, Mel, you didn't meet Al Mega at NYCC?
He definitely texted me and he said he was going to a panel, but I didn't stay at NYCC. I was out of there like 3 o'clock.
Mel had to run home and eat his little salad and shit.
Yeah, I'll be on my old man shit, man. I'm telling you, I went to the whatnot party. I walked in that door. The music was so loud. I was like, you know what? I'm say hello, and I'm gonna leave.
I believe we talked about this one earlier. Blade, Vampire Nation. This is the one where he becomes the sheriff of like Transylvania. Dracula allows him to do his own thing. I've read it. Not bad. Not a bad start. I don't see any indicators of his daughter or anything like that yet. But we'll see. We'll see.
Is it your on the cover of one of these variants or something, or was that a store variant?
No, that was sort of a different title. The
It was a
cryptic,
different book.
Gotcha.
cryptic, whatever.
Well, it's like he's standing there and she's in front of him. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, talking about his daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that she's going to get her own series like soon. I'm not sure whether that's not till February, but I do know she's getting her own series soon.
Well, they really did. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so if you think that she's going away, yeah, that's not true. She's getting her own series, and that's probably might lead up to her actually being.
First of all, who's giving Blade pussy? I mean, you're not scared, bitch.
Dude, he's a daywalker, right?
He's a daywalker, yo.
But Mel, you got to figure there are dudes that are in jail right now, and there are women lining up to give them pussy. So,
this motherfucker drinks blood. Like, come on, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Hey, there are women all over this shit.
Women, anybody just slide up in there.
Giving their blood to Blade freely, yo.
And who's his baby mother? That's what we.
Yeah. You know, some women are like, "Oh, you treat me nice, and you take me out to dinner anytime I want, you know, and you clean and vegan." Yeah, fuck you. Oh, you want to fucking suck my blood and almost kill me? Oh, now we can talk.
Wait. So yeah, I mean, you know, as a single guy, if you're not eating ass and you're not choking, like, are you?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Are you even dating? Like,
we'll stay home and play video games and shit. I mean.
Smells like all kind of death.
Yeah, so that Del Auto, that is a 1 in 25. But no, don't go crazy on this one because never has a Blade 1 in 25 done well. So and so what I will say is that there are a bunch of new characters, but nothing to like hang your hat on. Like, hey, this is going to be like the biggest new thing. So just putting that out there.
I don't know. I'm gonna say something that might get me ostracized, but I don't really like the Del Auto.
No, you're good. You're about right. You're about right. I mean, the Enyuk Lee is okay. I do like the lasagna. That's the one to the left.
With the horse?
Yeah, I
mean,
do like that one.
The colors, you really can't see shit. Like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go 0 for 3 on this one.
Yeah, I mean, pick it up for cheap later.
Yeah.
Captain America and a Winter Soldier special. Demon Wars, Shield of Justice. Momoko doing her thing.
Yeah, she's just having fun, her own little world, her own little demon world.
Yeah. It irks me because I'm like, why they've given her a lot of leeway to just do whatever the fuck she wants. It's got me wondering, are they going to give her anything? Are they going to let her like do any type of animation or anything like that? I've got to wonder. So,
that'd be interesting, especially like what you presented earlier with the manga stuff.
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, they've got all these other artists coming in. Like, hey, just give her something more to hang their hat on, and let's
maybe a little bit more in her wheelhouse too.
Yeah. I mean, people don't like Peach, but people don't like Peach, but people love Peach. Her lines were crazy at NYCC.
Yeah, exactly. So
but then again, I was gonna do an all Peach Momoko sale. And the brother was like, "Nah, I don't do that."
Look. If you say you don't like Peach Momoko, but you said you like Transformers and Go-Go and robots and from the 80s and shit, you can't tell me shit because your style that you grew up with is different than what she's putting out there right now.
I mean, someone shit, yeah, like she can't draw a Spider-Man neck. I don't know why she can't draw a Spider-Man
turkey neck.
I mean, all her necks look pretty good. I don't know why the fuck is going. She can't draw Spider-Man's neck. I don't know what's going on with that. But
If you've been in Japan and you see how skinny everybody else is, you see why everybody's necks is fucked up.
No, but I'm saying all the characters are next to on point. Just Spider-Man's just got some elongated shit.
Oh, sweet. So I would blend in Japan then. Huh?
No, you're fat. You're probably too tall, too fat, Aaron.
That's true. That's true.
There is a 1 in 25 for it by Klein, and her Momoko is that 1/100, which is. Do I have it here? Oh, the one to the far right.
Okay.
Yeah, trash. Gambit has a Daughterman. That's the one to the far left.
Is it just open order or is it
Open order?
qualifier?
Open order. Yep. Ghost Rider, Marvel Tales #1. 1 in 50. I don't know what this is all about, but keep paying attention to the actual series, man. There's some interesting stuff going on in there. They've been introducing a lot of new characters in that one. Gold Goblin #1. I've lost all track of what the hell is going on with this. I don't know when his first appearance is.
My God.
I don't know. This is the we've had the Goblin Queen, the Red Goblin, and all this other stuff. I don't know what's going on.
What was that last house that everybody went crazy for? Not the Red Goblin.
Goblin Queen.
Yeah, remember? Oh, the Goblin Queen is going to be the greatest thing. Order 100. Yeah, all right, whatever the fuck.
I haven't seen her stuff.
And what is the gold? Yo, what the fuck is it? All right, pass.
You need every color of the rainbow, to complete the Goblin set, right?
I heard Red Goblin's coming back. Is that true?
I thought he died in issue 800.
Well, no, he got dissipated, but you got to remember his grandson is still around and shit. So, Everett Bryant says he'd be shocked if these Demon Wars books didn't end up on Disney.
Man, we'll be 86 years old, man.
Oh no, they're gonna say it's gonna be a Disney Plus TV show, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be a movie now.
Right.
The 1 in 25, that design variant, that is in 1 in 25. And there's also that 1 in 100, which is the one to the far right of him going down a skyscraper. However, the one that I've had the most success in selling continues to be those Bengal connecting variants, ones with all those characters that are on there. They continue to be a success for me selling those on the secondhand market. So just keep that in mind. Is this the Immortal X-Men? I forget what freaking issue this was. Where's my fucking
what is going on with that? What is this?
Someone went through their 80s yearbook and started drawing pictures from that yearbook. And it was like, here you go. Here's the cover.
What was the girl from Howard the Duck? Leah Thompson?
Leah Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck is this?
Yeah. It is Immortal X-Men #8. That one was drawn by Mark Brooks. That's
Mark Brooks. Mark Brooks in the middle. Phil Noodles on the left.
Hey, she's got a bunch of front meat in that middle one. That one in the middle. So I'm all right with that one. The one in the far left, that is Phil Noto. And I don't give the one to the far right is Davilia. So
okay.
But the one the one in the far right, that's the 1 in 25.
Nope.
But nobody's buying that shit. Iron Man. Number 25, there's a 1 in 25 Yoon. That's the one to the far left. The Foreshadow variant, this one to the far right. I'm trying to remember because I actually read this one. I forget if there's anything interesting in this one. No, there's nothing. It's a good read, but nothing really popping off. Hey, let's speculate on this one. Miracle Man. Murder World Avengers, just Scotty Young.
The Scotty Young is fire.
The one to the far right, that's that Ryan Brown. That is a 1 in 25.
Yeah, that Scotty Young is good.
And then the one in the middle, that is a LaRocca Open Order.
What's that character? Arcade? Is that Arcade?
Yes, sir. Arcade. Mm-hmm. Yep. He keeps showing up.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years. Yeah, for the last 2 years, he keeps showing up. Mostly in Spider-Man books. So I don't know if they plan. Well, Spider-Man books and Craven the Hunter books.
He always fucking
Um,
with. He always fucking with somebody.
yeah. Yeah. So yes, between Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, and Craven the Hunters, he keeps showing up. So I don't know if
Right.
I don't even know what his first appearance was, but
Yeah, what does he do? What is his power? He's just fucking with people.
well, he provides technology and games.
Fucking with people.
Yeah, fucking with people.
Oh, his
Exactly.
disappearances Marvel Team Up
He's
65.
he's just an evil Steve Jobs. Is what you're telling me.
Well, not so much as that he has this big company, but he does traps. He provides games and shit. The newest, weirdest robots that are very niche and everything. But
Also, is Elon Musk.
oh, don't hey, let's not piss off the Grand Master right now because between him, Russia, and Ukraine, man, that's guys off right now. Any man that can turn off like the internet for a bunch of people, fucking like millions and millions of people. Yeah, you don't fuck with that guy. I mean,
Got you.
She-Hulk. I do like the one in the middle. I do love Howard the Duck. Let's see.
What's that? The NetSea joint?
That is the NetEase Games. That is a open order. In fact, all of these are open order apparently. So no need to worry about that. Dr. Afra. It looks like they're returning to the storyline about her being possessed. The one to the far left, that is a Taryn Clark.
That looks nice.
Good looking cover.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it right now. Looks like all of those are open order, so no need to worry about anything. Han Solo and Chewbacca.
One in the middle. Easy. There's an eye catcher right there.
That is a fairy variant. Each and every single one of these are open order.
Really?
Yes, sir. And one to the far left, that is another Taryn Clark.
Okay.
Taryn
Clark doing this thing. Okay. I like the one in the middle though.
He's like, hey, Christmas is coming up. I need the cash.
Yeah.
Get it on. And here we go with Star Wars Hidden Empire #1. I need to know what's going on with this one. I do love the Art Adams just up in the face. That is a 1 to 50.
Oh.
So
slow down, Art. Whoa.
And what's interesting is I don't see a 1 to 25, so they went just straight to the top. 1 to 50, bang, in your face.
I want it, but jeez.
Well, I mean,
so as
how
I
headshots,
right,
how
so as
headshot variants should be. Sorry,
go
What
ahead.
happened?
I was just saying how headshot variants should be, right? I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't justify a 1 in 50, but it's still a good headshot variant.
Oh, it's badass. I want it, but Jesus, 1 in 50. Come on.
Yeah, so as I was mistaken, the one at the very bottom, that is a 1 in 25 David Lopez travel variant. Let's see. I'm looking at the solicit. It says the mysterious syndicate Crimson Dawn and its leader, Lady Kira, has become the galaxy's most wanted criminals. As Emperor Palpatine realizes the scoop of Kira's plans and gets someone moves to destroy her. But Kira still has tricks up her sleeve, and with the help of the Knights of Ren and her many allies, she will not go down with the fight. So I don't see if there's any new characters on there. I haven't gotten. Wait, did I get the? I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know if I got the preview to see if there's anything going on with this one, but man, 1 in 50.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really, really good.
Shit.
50?
Yeah. Well, if any of y'all want a 1 to 25 real cheap, let me know. And I'll work with you, but goddamn.
I need that 1 in 50 in my life. Okay, Wakanda. Her issue 1 wasn't bad.
It was not. That was the one with the art germ. That was a
Yeah.
1 in 100. I gotta check to see if there's any cheap copies out there. I'm trying to remember if there's any. There might be a first appearance in this one. First appearance of a villain in this one, if I'm not mistaken.
So
And
is
these are open order.
Did you? Because I didn't read it yet. Is it like classic stories of Wakanda, or is it just it's a whole new? Does it take place in current time? What's going on here?
I don't even remember. So to tell you that, I mean, I don't even remember. It was okay. It didn't tell me like, oh man, they're getting ready to change into a new direction. I was like, okay. Um, what is this? Dre says he has to take a bath and hold her out there looking at that.
Yeah, the Darth Maul was demonic. If you saw him with that Darth Maul,
Moving on to some Black Mass stuff. Rose State #1. I don't know what's going on with that, but
shout out to Black Mass keeping the head above water.
I mean, they have the nerve to have a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50. I think, all right.
But allocated, I bet it's gonna be.
Wait, this is on FOC again?
Yes.
there you go.
Well, it's been like 2 months, 3 months, like since this has been on FOC, like because this is that story where it's like a queue that happens, right? Is that this story or is like the violent protest one?
Shout out to Larry Joe coming through in the chat. Legacy copies of Adams for 60. I might do it if it's still around. I haven't got to that point yet where I'll look for that G.I. Joe. That's what I'm looking for.
What's about a time at the end of the world? There's that cover C glowing Yar Yun variant. There's also a 1 in 200 foil, 1 in 100. It's like a 1 in 75, 1 in 50. Yeah, so they got all the variants. Every number you can think of, they got a variant for.
Who's this? The publisher?
Is this Boom? Let's see.
I can't remember if it's Boomer or Image.
Yeah, I gotta holler at Rose Richie. I ain't seen Rose Richie in a minute.
Yeah, and a lot of people haven't.
What'd he do?
This is Boom. Specs #1 is on FOC again.
The one in the middle. Go back.
Oop.
I like that. What is that? Is that an incentive?
Stand by.
Hold up. So they literally made a comic based off that Roddy Piper movie.
Oh, We Live.
Yeah, We Live.
That's what it's seen, right? That's what I thought
They
when I first saw it.
They
It's
Live.
called They
There you
Live,
go.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
Live.
So this is a 1 per store unlockable.
Can I have that, Lucas? Can I have that one per store?
Sure, just gotta order one of the either the cover A or cover B.
Okay, so I want the one per store. Now you hear me now. You guys hear me? I want the one per store. The one in the middle, right?
Yep. Just mind my drunk ass when I wake up.
Yes, I would like one copy. If it's
Okay. Door to Door by Night.
what?
I don't know what's going on with this one. But once again, 1 in 25, 1 in 50s, 1 in 5, and there's a 1 in 100. Let me see if I can.
Who's getting a haircut? Adam,
What's up?
turn your air conditioner off, or whatever that buzzing noise is.
I have no clue what the heck that is.
Better get out the house.
But Door to Door by Night was actually written by Cullen Bunn. He's actually had a couple stuff in option, and I do know that when they do it right, his stuff will take off. Let's see, from All-Star creators of Cullen Bunn, Harrow County, last book you'll ever read, and Sally Cantino, I Walk with Monster and Human Remains. It's a supernatural evil throughout the American South, so take a chance on it, but I don't know about doing a 1 in 100 on this shit. I think we've already done
Yes.
West of Sundown from issue #6. We were talking about the 1 in 15 prison and the 1 in 25 prison.
So there's no one per store for that.
I'm not seeing it. No,
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen the Vault do a 1 per store on any of this stuff.
Like my neighbor.
Unless you're talking about the number of copies of store ordered.
Wow. Easy with the shade.
Mars, for some fucking reason, don't know what's going on with that one. Actually, Traveling to Mars #1. It's bold. A lot of these indies are going big with these centers now.
And foil.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured out why I'm throwing shade out. Because I was day drinking yesterday
Day drinking 24 hours ago. That doesn't count, man.
I like never drink anymore though. That's probably I don't know.
Uh,
I'm still sweating out the alcohol. I can feel it.
and the weed and the shrooms. All right. The Grunch by American Mythology Productions. There is a cover A, cover B, and a cover C limited edition version. I believe that one's a little bit more. I think that's like 20 bucks a pop.
Ooh, out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nobody's Girls. There's cover A, B, C, and D. All of them are open order. Garbage Pail Kids Originals number 2.
See, if Bird City would have did the variant for this issue 2, that'd be great. And this is a version of the Nasty Dick. That's gonna do tremendously well. What is it? 1 in 100?
There's all types of shit going on.
Well, what's this one with the Nasty?
Go through each one of them. I want to see what we got going. Do we have any one that rivals the Nat Jones of number 1?
Talking about for the Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah.
Okay, stand by. Let me bring the page over.
You picked up that Nat Jones, right, McClay?
Hell fucking yeah. Shout out to
That's
Solo Wookie. Saved my ass.
That's a nice cover. What are they going for now? Yo, I was looking at the list. That Deadpool vs. Spider-Man is a $200 book?
That's a $100 raw book, I guess.
Crazy.
Uh-oh. Stand by. That one's the cover A. This is the cover B.
Wow.
Nothing really good yet.
I like that one. Nasty Dick versus Adam Bomb.
It's cover C.
I like that one. That one's not bad.
Not bad either. Yeah, you're right.
That one's great, obviously.
Yeah, classic.
I need to get those ones. The card ones. I don't have one for issue 1. I also want the blank sticker.
I told you to go. I ordered like 40 of them. I'll send you one.
Hell yeah, bro.
Right. Then the rest of those are just repeats of this shit. So there was after the all of them were just cover A through D, and then just.
So what's the virgin one of this? If that's like 1 in 100, I kind of might want it. I'm not order 100 though.
Right. So what you're gonna want to? Well, yeah. So what you're gonna want to? There's the metal version.
No,
but it's not on Apple TV.
I'm tapping out right there. No, metal. I'm not doing all that.
It's Dynamite. Would you expect?
Yeah.
Oh, man, if you had 40 of the blank covers, I'm surprised you didn't like get any artists to like commission anything over at New York.
I'm keeping it. I'm holding it down because, like I said, I think I said it on the show. This is going to be like Garbage Pail Kids is not going anywhere anytime soon, bro. So,
gotcha. So you have time for the beat to build.
Right. I'm leave that shit in the box and
forget about it.
Right. Look at Nasty Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on. More from Dynamite. Lord of the Jungle number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What do we got here? Some Frank limited edition version, some premium medals, but nothing too big.
You gonna do a medal for what?
Yeah. For Tarzan. That's what they're doing.
Right.
Scott Comics Darkland, number 1. Gun Honey, number 2. There is going to be a second print coming out. And
what is this? Is this naked bitch running around shooting people? This kid crying.
It's Drunken shit, son! Right.
It's a Bond girl. Of course, she's got to be naked shooting people, right?
Anybody ever read that?
So anytime you're wondering where the fuck she got that gun from, she's showing you where she got the gun from right now.
It was a concealed weapon, huh?
This no nipple bitch around.
If you want to know where she got the bullets from, you're gonna have to buy the fucking to figure that out. All right. Moving on. I think this is the last one for the FOC stuff. Scorn number 1 from Keen Spot.
I like the one to the far to the right.
Yeah.
The anime.
Kind of looks like a beige, but not quite.
Right, exactly.
And then here's the list of the ones that are under that title. Too many.
Yeah.
Keith Spot going wild. And that is it. Um, Anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or if anybody's tired, needs to sleep it off before I get into the stuff that's coming out this Wednesday?
No, I'm good. I got
Get at
I
it.
got like, I got like 15 more minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll be done by that. Coming soon, 10/10/2022. Don't forget the first AI drawn comic book, The Abolition of Man. It's coming out this Wednesday.
I'll go. I'm triggered. Go back.
Give us free. No.
Yeah, what the fuck is this book about? I'm so-
It's also AI written, so no, I'm just joking. Yeah,
I'm about to say that's gonna be very, very raw. That's gonna piss a lot of people off.
It's gonna win Eisner Awards and shit, man. Ringo Awards and shit, man. It's just gonna be Alien. Don't forget the one on the far right. That is a Maria Wolf 1 in 25.
I pre-ordered that.
So that's out there. Alpha Betas, one of the first Whatnot publishing freaking comic books.
Shout out to Whatnot Publishing.
I can't remember how many of the Mario homage I ordered.
I mean, the Mario box should have been like a 1 in 25, 1 in 50.
Yeah.
Let's open up. And then the cartoon is already out on on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. I was surprised when I was putting this together. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I gotta watch it tomorrow.
It's along the lines of like Bob's Burgers type shit. That kind of comedy.
Sweet. Yeah. I like it.
All right.
Amazing Fantasy number 1000 second print.
Why?
Because motherfucker, I don't know.
Because if you didn't have already enough choices of 50 different, copies to pick and choose from, like, don't miss out on the second print.
Go ahead.
Captain America: Symbol of Truth. There's the NetEase Games joint, but people have been loving these. Is it called Gary the Shark or Joe the Shark?
Just the Land Shark.
Gary the Shark. Jeff the Land Shark, John.
Yeah, Jeff the Land Shark. That's right. Crypt of Shadows. This shit has been going off on second market orders. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if there's a first appearance in there or not. I don't know, but I do know that if you're trying to order this through Diamond, you're fucked because that shit's fucking sold out. I haven't checked the Penguin system yet, but I do know that I did see a lot of sales on the secondary, the secondary market already. So if this is the shit you're into, keep an eye on it. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. Here's that Peach Momoko. I think that was like 1 to 200 or some shit like that.
Yeah, look at his neck, bro.
If it creeps you out, Mel, I think that's what she was going for.
No, he was just saying, alluding to the, Momoko can't draw Spider-Man's neck.
You can't just put it. It's like life-filling feet.
Of all the shit that's going on that cover, you're going on the neck. He got eyes dripping down and shit, man. The fucking legs coming. Oh man, let's keep on. Flesh-eating cheerleaders from outer space. It's gonna be very low.
Mm-hmm.
Gunslinger number 13 sold out already.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Miracle Man number 1 by Momoko. This was a 1 in 200.
Wow.
This was the Night of the Living Dead anthology, sold out. Ninjets. I forget whether this was the second print or whatever, but this one was sold out. Predator number 3 is coming out. This one was a Raza. Yes, sir. It's a Raza. No, excuse me, not a Raza. Mastrazo. That's
fire.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Scrapnik Island, getting low. Star Wars Darth Vader. This one is the Raza.
Creepy as fuck.
Her,
Hold on.
look on her face, man. Just says all types of shit. Like,
Hold on. Cool Common Guy said after leave. Can we share that? Can we share that GoFundMe link one more time? Help him out.
yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second, Cool Common Guy.
Gotta find it again. Copy link.
See if we can scroll that at the bottom. Help the brother out. There we go.
Yes, sir. So please help Mike and his family. Help. They survived. Thank God. The hurricane. They just need a little bit of help. Taking care of some of these crazy expenses because he said something happened to the property. I forget what it was. Yeah, if you could just help out a little bit. Vampire Strikes. I told people about this one weeks ago. Stock is getting kind of low on this one. There's a regular order one, and then there's a 1 in 25. You're not going to be able to get the 1 in 25 if you haven't ordered already. But already the trade dress is going out of is getting kind of low as well.
This is. I think this does well. I think this will do
well. Judgment Day X Force. I brought this one because I know Mel loves dinosaurs.
Stupid shit.
Craven riding a dinosaur.
Maybe just wait for the second appearance of Mel the dinosaur, right?
Well, that's gentlemen. That's all I got. Mel, when's the next time we're going to see you, brother?
Tomorrow night, whatnot? The greatest mystery pack show of all time.
Yeah, I saw some of the photos, man. It's going to be pretty interesting. What's going to be the starting bidding on those?
Well, I got pre-bids already for over 300.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're gonna let the streets decide, man. It's gonna be crazy. I will show y'all the main pack. Hold on, let me go get it.
So totally unplanned. Like I'm doing a whatnot show at 9, and then I think Phil's doing one an hour later, and then Mel's doing a show.
Yeah, my shit is tomorrow at 11. So these are the books that's gonna be in the main pack. Hold on. In the chase pack. Is that what they call it? The chase pack?
Oh, the ceiling?
Yeah. Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm trying to decide if I need a Killmonger pack.
And of course.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be the pack that you want to get. I don't know what number that pack is gonna be, but it's gonna be crazy. And there are
Whoa. What happened? You got muted. Here we go. Wait.
Sorry. Multiple chances to win all the key books, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Nice. All right, and that's at what time again? You said
11 p.m. Eastern.
11 p.m. Goddamn.
Yeah, I guess
I'll be on my 4th bottle of whiskey by then.
Well, then you become big because we like the drunk biz, goddamn.
Adam, when's the next time we're gonna see you, brother? Oh, you're gonna be in Erotica this weekend.
Oh, is he muted?
That's Thursday.
Wait, Erotica's Thursday?
Setup is Thursday, and then the show is the next Friday, the next Sunday.
What does it smell like in there?
Beautiful, like heaven.
Wait. Have you ever been to a strip club?
Titties all day.
Have you ever been to a strip club? I imagine it smells something like that.
Testify.
Perfume
Am I
But no,
close?
they're professionals though, right? They've got the
Yeah.
license and everything, so
Damn right.
they bring
But-
more fucking
but-
alcohol and
But they all
hydrochloride.
use
And shit.
this. They use all the same lotion.
Yeah.
Like you
Pear.
have that generic smell of like
Smells
strip
like
club.
pear.
Yeah,
Perfume and ass and Newports.
I think I'm going to the wrong convention.
What's the advice that Autumn wanted us to pass on to people that want to meet the man? If you guys go to erotica, right, don't ask them to do a private screening with them, right? Because there's all types of shit. You got to get tested and all that other stuff, right?
Yep.
A photo is nice. Just say hello. Don't be trying to hug up on them and everything. And for the love of God, please shower before you freaking walk up on them. For the
That
love
should
of
be
God,
that shower thing should be for every convention,
you know.
not just those Exotica.
You know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So Brian, what's the next time we're gonna see you, brother?
I've got a whatnot sale on Sunday that I'm going to be setting up for. I'm going to have a bunch of Hive exclusives.
Nice.
Going to have a bunch of Battle Beast exclusives.
Nice.
Kirkham Battle Damage Invincible books. I got a couple Bird City books, a couple Wanted comic books, and then a ton of keys like we regularly do. So that'll be Sunday. Tomorrow night we got Modern Comic Mayhem, so that'll be fun. And yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Aaron? What's the next time we're gonna see you, man?
So before I jump onto Modern Comic Mayhem, I will be selling comics on Whatnot. I put a preview video out on my Instagram of the books I'm bringing to the table. If I get 20 people in the room, I'm thinking about doing it crazy. I'm gonna go Mighty Mel V style and start every book at $1 and see how it does.
It goes great, man. $1 a minute, man. That's how I live my life.
Yeah. So I think I'm on at, I think it's like 9 p.m. Eastern, and then Phil goes on right after me at 10 p.m. and then you're at 11, Mel. Unplanned.
Am I gonna get some love on Modern Comic Mayhem, Mr. McClay?
Of course, every time you're on, brother, we show
My
love.
bad. Much love. And then I might probably hop on after the sale if I'm not too late. If I'm not going too late, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, brother.
I mean, it's bad motherfucker packs.
It's bad motherfucker too, man.
So I mean, like you're gonna be up late on that because people are gonna be like hounding you. Like, I want to know if Card Gems takes his crown again.
I spoke to Carter. He said he's gonna stop by after his sale. I said, all right, you got to defend your crown, man.
Yeah.
Still not monetized. No Vecca. Oh, shout out to Vecca, OG right there.
Yeah, he's been around a lot lately, checking out shows and saying what's up in social media.
Big shout out to Vecca.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, Vecca, please. Well, the focus this week is helping out the rest of the community. So, if you go up to some parts of the chat, Comical Guy, if you go to his GoFundMe page, please go help and see if you can put a little bit of money over there. Also, last week, or if you want to go to Mama Comics page, I know she was having some issues with her car, like her windshield got smashed in or some shit like that.
Chad K, if Mama Comics needs your help, just buy her a new car.
Chad Cave's the OG too, man.
Yeah, for real.
That cave is awesome sauce.
Yeah,
definitely big shout out.
Or if you, hey, Mel. So, Giants versus Ravens. Who are you taking? Your Giants are what, 5-1 now, right? Or 4-1 now.
The Ravens are gonna stomp them.
Yeah, the Giants shit is fool's gold, man.
Brian, Arizona. Was it Arizona versus Seahawks?
Arizona. But you know I'm a Giants fan. Did you not know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Giants fan, dude. I grew up a massive Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, fucking O.J. Anderson, Dave Meggett, Pepper Johnson, Carl Banks, Steve Diassi.
The thing about I'm not gonna say all Giants fans, but New York Giants fans is they'll pump their chest out when the Giants are winning, but when they're losing, they're quiet in the motherfucker, boy.
Hey, it is what it is, right?
Aaron, what about you, man? What's your team, man?
Oh, let's flip a coin on what teams I'm choosing. I really don't care about football, to be completely honest, like at all.
49ers at Falcons. 49ers looking good. Defense is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I if I had to guess, like I'll take Ninth Wonder side and go for 49ers. But yeah, I really don't follow football at all. Like, kind of like here and there, but like that's why I don't sell football cards. Because
I do have a huge card sale that I'm putting together right now, like massive type shit. So,
are you gonna do singles or are you just gonna
do singles
like...
and packs? I'll have the blaster boxes available. I'll have Topps Chrome Jumbles available. So here's what I want to do. So check this out. So I always liked back in the day the old box wars thing, right? Pack wars, box wars, but it's kind of hard to do because you back in the day you do it on like the best card, one. So I like how Jab's family does. He does lowest card number. So you basically what you do is you give everybody the ability to buy so many packs in each box, right? And then out of that box, as you're going, if somebody's pack has a numbered card, the lowest numbered card wins the entire box. So it's kind of like a little bit of a
just be careful because I don't think you can do box wars and stuff like that like on Whatnot.
Oh, I won't do it on Whatnot. I'll do it on the YouTube channel. So
okay,
yeah,
just to give you that heads up.
Oh yeah.
Pretty soon you'll be able to do it on eBay Live.
Oh man, eBay Live. That's going to be a big topic of discussion tomorrow. Big topic of discussion.
So when does that actually launch?
Don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Yeah, because they already did one last week, but it's not out for the general public yet. Just like Whatnot's not out there for the general public yet. So, just like Poshmark is not out there for the general public yet, but they do lives. So,
it's going to be interesting. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the eBay Live.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, if you can't, you still got to sell. Just because you're on eBay Live don't mean your shit gonna be moving. It's gonna be a lot more competition on eBay Live than it is on Whatnot. So if you're scared of comp, eBay Live ain't for you. Just everybody gonna be there.
You might as well get your practice in now, though.
Might as well get your practice in now. Then learn your craft, entertain, provide customer service, provide customer experience. Because there's gonna be a lot of competition. Everything. If you be like, oh, Whatnot, it's scared of Comic Tom. It's gonna be Comic Tom 30 when in terms of competition. So, learn your craft.
Especially like eBay follower or eBay sellers that have like 5,000 plus like star ratings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If they have the the charm or anything, the ability to go on camera, I would be afraid of those accounts.
Check it.
Hey man, she just needs a new window. So like you'd be lucky to get toenails.
You get a pinky toe for a window.
I promise it won't be my toe painted. So
that's it. Like my man Joe said, it's another. So they got to sell it. Just because you on eBay, don't. You can't put up no dollar book thing. You're gonna get $30 for them. Days is gone. Well, on any platform.
Right. People are no longer that damn bored anymore. People got to go to work.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm good.
Yeah. But if they're sitting in that Zoom meeting, hopefully you're catching those people.
So you'll find me chasing more wine, more meat, more alcohol. Trying to drop in on any of these guys when I can freaking catch them.
Don't forget, I want the one per store. I'm gonna text you. I got a lot of shit to get for you. We gotta do something about this G.I. Joe. It's I'm gonna have to order 100, man. I'm gonna have to order 100.
Sir. Okay. Well, man, thank you everybody for hanging out with us till 4:00 in the morning. Thank you to Mel and Brian for hanging out with us till 4:00 in the freaking morning.
I got my old man nap, so I'm good.
Brian must have had some caffeine in his daily medicine, with us because he did. This is a show back to back. God damn.
Yeah, I got.
Shit, we
he's
even
like,
had Gary on this motherfucker. Goddamn.
well, on on Modern Comic Mayhem, we've been going like 4 or 5 hours on our shows now for like a month now.
I
It's
see.
been at
Stop
least a
that
month.
shit.
You guys been doing 5-hour shows.
I see how they're damn fucking
Oh,
marathoning.
last week we ended up exactly at 4:20, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was on purpose.
No. Kismet, brother.
You're monetized on Amazing right now, right?
Yeah, but dude, so here's something funny. For those of you guys want to hear how much money you guys make how much money you make off of YouTube.
Yeah.
So since I've been monetized, which is since April, I've made. Hold on, let me tell you here. This is interesting. This is very interesting shit.
Yeah, because you
Because
definitely
YouTube
need
take-
those. Yeah, you definitely need those clicks and those likes, especially from subscribers. That freaking helps a lot.
So yeah, since April, I've made on Beyond Wednesdays has made. Where is this? $557, right?
Really?
Yeah. But check this out. You know how much of that is not? You know how much of that is
taxed.
no super chats?
How much?
$400.
How much?
$400. So only made $157 off of views.
Content.
Yeah,
alone.
Google
content.
revenue,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I have over 75,000 views. Wait, what is it? It's since that channel has been going, I have over 86,000 views, and it has 1,157 subscribers. So you don't make money off of YouTube. For everybody out there that goes, you guys are making all this money off of YouTube, and this and that.
You don't really
Unless
make
you're getting millions of views of video, you don't make shit off of YouTube other than super chats. And then when you get super chatted,
It's
which is
30%.
amazing,
It's
they
taxed
take
30%.
YouTube immediately takes 30% right off the top.
Right.
30%?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
wait, you didn't know that about
Yeah.
about the super chats?
I've told Mel this, and I've told you guys this before. It's fucked. So like if there's a YouTube personality that you really like, ask them if there's some other way you can give them. If you really want them to have that money, ask them if there's some other way, whether it be Venmo, PayPal, or something else that you can pass.
Son,
them
that's
money.
crazy.
Right.
Not only that, bro, but check this out. I have so much appreciation for the supporters of Beyond Wednesdays and the people that fuck with me, because not only do they watch the shit and they interact with us and all that shit, they come to our Whatnot sales, they check out our eBay stores. You know what I mean? They buy from people that we say we respect. That's the best way. If you want to help out, the people that you enjoy their content, go to their sales, check out their stores, fuck with the retailers that they fuck with. That's the best way.
Joe, to answer kind of your question, I think with the ads, it's really not that much. It's like what, 5 cents an ad or something like that per view.
It depends.
Yeah.
Like I said, like
what type of ad it is.
Right. Because they can't say, like, if it's somebody that just views your video, that's a little bit of a percentage. You get more of a percentage if they not only like it, but if they're a subscriber to your video, then there's a little bit more revenue. It's still like a half a cent or something like that. So that's why, like, you got to have like millions of subscribers in order to really get going and everything.
30%.
Unless,
wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Right off the top, boom.
That's some mafia shit, man.
I thought PH was bad, but wow.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's other ways to get this done, But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with us once again. It looks like the old men are really getting tired. But man, it was a great freaking show.
Yeah,
Had
it
fun with
was.
you guys,
It was awesome to the sauce.
and hopefully we can do it again in a little bit, man.
Next week,
Out.
baby. All right.
For each man in his time to take, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along the pond within his reach. I haven't needed a book to
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chats